Hey everyone, this is Anthony with the Bangin Beers Podcast. This is our episode number 60. We're doing a kind of a fridge clean out, so it's a little bit of everything here. We have Ben, we have Spive, and my dad. I always say Spiv. I don't know. I'm a fucking idiot. Real quick spoiler alert. I record the intros after we do the show, so there may or may not be some beers in my. It's not gonna work. So we recorded this episode. We did a bunch of beers. As we recorded, me specifically, we kind of gave this one beer some shit because it wasn't very good. We didn't even put this
for 10 months about.
Yeah, we didn't even put the episode out, and we got a message from the brewing company and said, "Hey, where did you guys get that? That's an old beer." Real fast, a spoiler alert for the episode. Oliver Brewing Company looked at our posts, seen a photo that we're going to do these beers, and reached out to us saying, "Hey guys, just a heads up, that beer's not going to be the greatest." So regardless of what our score was or how we feel about it, kudos to them for even doing that. You know what I mean? So that's if you want to talk about brewery and customer service, A+ for Oliver.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? So, and another quick thing, we just want to give a quick shout out to everyone who's been buying merchandise. Thank you guys absolutely so much. Bangin Beers, out of the 5 podcasts that we do on this network, is killing it when it comes to merchandise. So thank you all for supporting us and doing everything you do. And with that being said, here's our brand new intro music from Ultraviolent. They're going to be our new intro music for a while. We are always looking for new intro music, but we're going to ride this one out for a couple episodes. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you outside the music. And here's our episode number 60.
Pizza Boy?
Pizza Boy. Hey everyone, this is Anthony, Bangin Beers Podcast. No over the phone today. I'm really happy about that because you should hear it on my end. When people are over the phone, every little noise people make, it sounds like they're like testing a nuclear bombs on the other end. So we have some people at the table today. Like I said, video no longer a thing, audio only. Myself, Ben, Spive, and Pops is at the table. You guys haven't done an episode together yet, right?
No, we haven't.
Do you know of my dad?
Of course I do.
Being a firefighter guy?
He's a fucking legend. Not sure how to take that. You know?
In a good way or a bad way?
In a great way.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if he even knows of my dad because he's... so he actually... no, we can't say where he works, but we could talk about it after we turned off. But he works somewhere you would definitely be... being a firefighter, you would know of.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I forgot. I almost fucking blurted it out. I've been like, I'm doing editing now.
Blurt. Yeah. It's all good.
So this episode is brought to you by My Worst Nightmare. We have a lot of stouts, some porters. We have
pop special.
Yeah, listen. So when this whole COVID thing happened, we kind of got stuck stockpiling beers. So we have
backed up.
We have math real quick: 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 beers. 13 beers today. Friday the this is our Friday the 13th. 5 of the cans are baby cans. So that's not going to be a big deal. They'll go away fast. I don't remember where we got all these beers, so let's just say Keg Stand was involved,
Craft House
is involved, and Black Dime was involved, I think, on 1 or 2 of them as well. The rest of them, who knows?
I traded some,
trading and
got some from Dudley direct from Tired Hands.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we have a lot going on here. If you guys want to crack the top of the mountain there, the first can we're going to do here is let me type it in and I'll give the review while you guys are pouring.
Figura Mountain, 0 to Sexy, a golden
0 to sexy.
Golden something ale. I'm taking it.
It's a golden coffee ale.
Golden coffee ale.
Nice.
That sounds delicious.
Sounds fucking atrocious, but I just don't like coffee. So I'll let you guys crack that.
All right.
So we have never had anything from Fagora Mountain Brewing Company. So this is the first time. Their debut episode for us here. Unfortunately, it's a coffee beer, so I'm not going to enjoy it. Now, while the coffee beers are being poured, not coffee, but I'm not a stout guy. All stouts to me taste like coffee. We already know that. It's been well established on this show. But while the coffee beers and the stouts are being poured, I have a full glass of Pizza Boy. My last can is, of the pen is Mightier. That actually has a decent color to it.
It does.
It's a golden stout, so it's gonna have that deception of
that
looking
was
like
too
a
much.
regular beer,
That was way
but
too
it's gonna
much.
taste like a stout.
Let me see your glass quick. I'll take a picture with your glass, so it actually looks like you get a little something there. Yeah. So let me just type in. Let me just pull this up. So they are from. Is that California?
They are from
Bulletin,
California.
Buellton. Bueller. They have made 489 beers. They average a 3.72, that's impressive. That's good. They have done some. I'm not going to go through all their collaborations. They're from California, so a lot of our guests aren't probably going to. Our people are going to know that. But it is a coffee and chocolate combined to blow your mind with this lightly colored offering.
I was waiting to read that. You took that away from me.
Oh my god, man! It's
Oh
fucking.
my god.
You're not going to mind this,
What are you, fucking 8?
I am 8.
Junior. You're not going to mind this.
No?
at all. It's not a heavy. It's not a heavy coffee
It
taste.
smells like it.
It
It
smells
definitely
like
smells like it.
Definitely the aromatics are coffee,
Yeah.
but it's not overpoweringly coffee.
So,
Absolutely, yeah.
it looks like a lager. So if you're not obviously you're not watching this, the color of this beer it looks like a lager. It's very golden.
Yeah.
Really good.
One friend has checked this in. Is that one of you guys already?
Not me.
I have not yet.
No.
Oh.
Derek Wolf checked this in. He said the smokiness is overwhelming. Coffee, chocolate, and come across burnt to him, and he gave it a 2.50. This beer averages a 3.83. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, so I'll give it a shot.
Coffee.
100% coffee, but it's not like thick, like a stout would be. Like it's not like I'm chewing on it, or it's like it's going down like motor oil. I can see where he's getting that burnt from it.
Mm-hmm. I like these golden stouts once in a while. They're different. They mix it up rather than.
Would this be
seeing
considered a
motor
stout?
oil shit.
It's a golden ale, not a stout. Yeah, golden ale.
Golden ale.
I'm not gonna. Actually, too, when you type in for the location for this, if you actually search Bangin Beers Podcast table, that is our new check-in for the table if you're here, so you can do that as well. It is coffee, smooth, light, sweet, and creamy. I'm not going to give it a score, only because it's not for me, and I'm not gonna butcher their score or be that guy.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Are you guys getting any of that burnt characteristic that he was talking about?
No, I don't taste anything burnt.
Ben?
Very slight, but not like. Took that like a champ.
I give it a 3.75.
Wow.
I like it. I would get this. Let me see that.
There's a lot more in the can. Whoever wants
I would
more.
buy this in a bar, no problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No questions asked.
How many of them can you have in one night?
You know,
3 to 4 maybe.
it's not heavy like a dark stout. I could do a few of these.
Okay. Wow. How about you?
I would definitely drink it at a bar too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 3.25.
Nice.
It's a solid beer. It's a slight coffee flavor. I think it's an easy drinker.
Mm-hmm.
It is very. I mean, if I enjoyed a hint of coffee flavor at all, it does drink very, very easy. It's very smooth. It goes down nice. It's a golden ale, so
Yeah.
It weighs in at 6.8 ABV.
That's not bad.
not bad at all.
And I would weigh it in at a 3.
3.
Yeah. It's just it's a nice little novelty to have, something so light tastes like coffee. And
Yeah.
it's just a really fun thing.
Yeah.
For me, maybe I'll have one or two, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, I think
Move
the
on to
ale,
the next thing.
yeah, the ale aspect's interesting of it. That's
Yeah, definitely.
Not a coffee stout, but a coffee
Yeah,
ale.
yeah, definitely.
You know?
So, well, I'll let you guys kind of enjoy your beer here a little bit before we crack the next one. Do we got anything else in there? There's a little bit left. Whoever wants to finish
little
it.
pop in there.
If you want to crack the next one, you could if you're done over there, you could start the next pour. So, what have you guys done? Anything interesting or any cool new beer things, or have you got any new beer? Anything you want to talk about a little bit?
Well, I just bought some today up at Branching Out Bottle in Camillus, New York, and I brought one for you. It's like a peach sour.
Mm-hmm.
Picked up a couple of stouts, and I picked up the
Who just
Tiger King lager.
How many cans of that did you get?
They had two left. I got one, and then
Why did you go?
one guy behind me grabbed the last one.
You should have got both of them. Save the can, or take a
I'll
picture of
save
the can and yeah, Tiger King Ale. You slipped. You fucked up there. You fucked up.
I didn't realize. I forgot we were doing this the empty the fridge of stouts episode tonight, and I was gonna bring some of them with me, and then I realized you guys were emptying the fridge tonight.
Yeah.
So I figured, well, I'll just either
Ooh,
enjoy them myself.
Transition.
What did the porter?
It's a porter. I don't know. I didn't read or anything yet about it.
Let me look it up.
Who did it just put out a post that I just said? Oh, was it New Trail? New Trail said they're making a peach beer.
Yeah, you were doing the one that was with it was like gummy bears, and then there was heliocentric.
Heliocentric
You were right.
peach.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anyone comes across that, definitely snatch that up for me because I like New Trail, and I always try to find a peach flavored beer.
Yeah, I love peach.
Yeah, so I gotta definitely get that in my life. Yeah, so gummy bears and peach heliocentric. That I definitely want to try that. I seen that in the beer news. Another one I was kind of interested in is the COVID collaborations that are happening.
The all together.
Yeah, the all together beers. A lot of those coming out look really good. I may make some trips. I already talked to Budweiser. I said if you can get me a can, like a 4-pack of them, I'll give me the money. I'll give you the money and I'll come to you and pick them up. So I should be able to get some of those beers hopefully for the show. Yeah. Did you guys get a chance to listen to the Port and PA interview? Mm-mm. Yeah, check it out. That was really fun.
I was there.
Yeah.
I lived it.
He was a part of it. He lived it. So this is from Manor Hill Brewing Company. This is a porter, 5.5. Go ahead, Ben. You read so you don't have a fucking aneurysm.
You're damn right.
He is a professor.
Jesus Christ.
So this is a American porter. This rich winter seasonal pours a jet black body with a tan head. A unique blend of European specialty malt unites to provide bold roasted aromatics followed by flavors of bitter chocolate and freshly brewed coffee.
Awesome.
So right off the bat, I don't really smell much.
Mm-mm.
There's not a lot of aromatics.
No.
No, definitely not.
I'm picking up a hint of coconut. That might be the bitter end of the chocolate, though.
September 24th of 2019.
Well, it's not terribly old for a porter at all.
That just tastes like a regular porter to me, guys.
Right, I
That's
agree. Run of the mill
it has
porter.
no zip.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nothing to set it apart. Nothing
No.
unique. No.
I'd probably give it. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm definitely going to give it a 2 just because.
I'm not picking up the chocolate other than it's slightly creamy on the back end.
Once I get this close,
October, November,
But the
December,
sweet, like it's not a sweet chocolate. I don't know what chocolate they're using, but it's
yeah,
it's a bitter chocolate. Flavors of bitter chocolate. Okay,
It's maybe like a dark chocolate or something.
I can pick that up, but it's not for me. It's not overpoweringly on the coffee.
No.
It's just there. It's just kind of there.
oh, it's there.
It's also not silky.
Yeah.
it just
It's a
tastes-
porter. It's a
It just really tastes
it's a
like
porter.
a porter
Yeah.
that's been sitting around for a little while.
it's
just
a stuck
meh.
in the pack sort of.
no zip,
No
no
zip.
zip to it.
And Manor Hill is out of Ellicott, Maryland. They have made 334 beers. They average a 3.79. So they're not too far. I mean, Maryland's a not a terrible drive for us. That's
Although I don't know if we're allowed there right now.
why
Restrictions.
we can't go to Maryland.
I don't know. Can we?
I don't know.
You can do whatever you want. It's America.
Yeah.
It used to be America.
Okay, here's a tinfoil hats here. I did watch a really fucked up video though. They actually did a collaboration with Flying Dog called Fear. They made a pumpkin yam beer.
Ooh.
That sounds interesting.
It does.
Actually, they had another one with Flying Dog called Family Tree, a pale ale. Cool. I mean, I'm not a porter fan. I'm not really porter or darker beer fan, so I'm not going to give it a score. But to me, it tastes like coffee. I got coffee all day long, old ass coffee. But it doesn't drink like a stout, so it does go down a little smoother, and it's not as like it's not drinking oil. But I'm 2 for 2 for me, where I'm not into it. And I going into this episode, I knew that, so I'm not going to keep harping on it every episode. So if you hear me just not give a review, that's probably why.
It's like, meh.
'Cause I don't want to come across as I'm just shitting on the beer, and I'm not. Like, I know this is not my style, but not every episode has to be catered around me.
How many episodes are we on?
I understand. Well, what if this is a brand new listener, Ben?
Well, tough.
Right.
They can. Tony doesn't like coffee. Full disclosure. Done.
But also this isn't like your killer porter.
Yeah, it's
this is
we
a
had.
banger.
I think we actually had better, even like
Yeah.
on past shows.
Yingling's
Tony.
porter.
Yingling's porter is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. That horse has been beaten.
Yeah.
Ben, what do you give it?
I give it a 2.
You give it a 2. I went 2.25.
Hey,
I was generous, 2.75.
It's not terrible.
It's
I mean,
not terrible. I'd probably bump it down to a 2.5. Just
it drinks like a porter. It's
just it's a traditional,
Yeah.
porter,
Yeah.
flat out. But
nothing spectacular about it, but it's not bad. It's not horrible.
oh, this is what I wanted for you guys to try out.
oh boy.
Oh,
Ace.
baby can't, dude. I'm 2 coffee drinks in, and my stomach has already done a fucking flip.
Ace pineapple cider.
Just fuck the glasses we have. Just go for your own.
I'm rotating, baby.
Oh yeah.
I bring my own. I like bringing my own.
Well, the reason we bought
pineapple.
these is so
I'm
we
gonna
each get.
rotate. I'll have my darker stuff in this one, and then certain stuff show off a little
Ooh.
bit.
That smells good.
Yeah.
We were working on a whole Ace episode, but it just kind of didn't work out because the whole COVID thing kind of took over on
We
us.
could still kind of do it. Still, it wouldn't be bad. It's just this is kind of like a preview for a future show.
I'm gonna go a little heavier pour here because I'm
Go for it.
gonna sit on it because the next 2 are coffee. So I
go
can,
for it.
yeah, I was a little bit thinner, so you guys can go for it. Actually, real quickly before you take it,
Go ahead. I'm used to like having the camera there, but like,
yeah.
oh, oh.
You want to read the check-in?
Yeah, absolutely.
'Cause if
Give
I-
me one moment.
All right. So this is the Ace pineapple cider.
This is the flagship of Ace
Okay.
ciders. So
Ace ciders, real quick, is out of California.
Yeah.
yes,
Uh-huh.
it is Sebastopol, California. It's a 5% alcohol by volume
Real quick.
cider. Go ahead.
Jumping ahead. Ace Cider they make 37 different styles of beers or ciders. They average a 3.63. Just to kind of read some ciders they do make, because ciders don't get featured very heavily here. They have a pumpkin cider, an Ace Perry, like a pear. Ace Pineapple is their flagship. Space Blood Orange, that sounds pretty cool.
I have a bottle of that in the fridge.
Yeah. Joker Dry Hard Cider, Ace Berry, Apple, Honey, Blackjack 20. I'm just kind of going to see if there's anything. Guava Cider,
Guava cider is their newest one, actually.
a Hazy Hop Cider.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
Well, we actually had ciders from
1911.
1911 that were really good.
Yeah.
I would love to do more of those. I'll get more of those again. That's up by your way, right?
Yeah, it's not far from where I'm at.
They're fucking delicious. They were some good ciders. Uncle Dan's cider though. That thing was king ding a ling.
They have some stuff on tap that you can't get in cans.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once this whole thing blows over and we can go do things, I definitely want to make a trip up your way to New York and.
Yeah, Uncle Dan's cider was the cat's ass when it came
it's so
to,
good.
when it
Yeah.
came to
So good.
ciders. But like, if you're looking commercial wise that you can't get Uncle Dan's cider, this is probably a nice little refresher right up your alley. But Ace Pineapple is the world's original pineapple cider. While on vacation in Hawaii, we tried adding fresh pineapple juice to our apple cider, and it resulted in this delicious tropical libation.
A huge pineapple smell.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the first thing you get is an amazing pineapple aroma.
It's very pleasant.
You could crush this all day.
On the tart side.
Little tart, but man, is it smooth.
It finishes tart. It
Oh,
starts off
yeah.
sweet and
Yeah.
then finishes tart. You get a little bit of water in the back of your mouth.
No booze, no beer.
No.
It just tastes like
It's like fucking fruit juice.
yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I bought a 12-pack of this when I went to the craft house, and I think I crushed like 3 cans. I'm like, yep.
So being dangerous. All right, I'm kind of reassessing this a little bit. Not reassessing, but I'm thinking a little bit here. So pineapple cider. If you're into ciders, this is good. But this is something that if I had one of these cans, I think I've experienced it. I don't know if I'd go back to it again.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you just testing the waters how we would react to that? Or?
Yeah, no. I just think from like a cider standpoint, it didn't knock my. I mean, it's very tasty.
Yeah.
Would I go? So my score, just to kind of, I'm teetering between a 3.25, which is, I mean, it's just above average.
Right.
Okay.
But it didn't. Maybe because it was the pineapple. I do like pineapple, but I do get a hint of like the coconut as well in it, like a coconut pineapple apple thing going on.
I'm catching. For me, I'm catching more apple.
I do.
I definitely
get
get
more
more
apple than anything, really.
Not being a cider fan.
You know, as you're saying that, and I took that hit, it's kind of like a Granny Smith apple,
Yeah, and
right?
Yeah.
I don't want to downplay the ciders because it is quite good. I'm just not a big cider fan. I couldn't drink ciders all day.
No, I would have to take a pill in the morning.
I'd end up with heartburn in about 25 minutes.
So I think that's
But
where
this
I'm
is a
different.
good cider.
It is good.
I like it. It's tasty.
I don't hate it. So when I say I'm giving it a 3, that's not me saying like I can't stand it. But it's one of those things where I had it, I enjoyed it, but giving it the 3, it's not. I'm giving it a 3 because I don't think it's something I would seek out again. If I was at a beer place and Ace cider pineapple was in my face, I'd be like, I had it, I experienced it.
Like
I'm moving on.
Ben made a comment. He bought a 12-pack of it, and I'm thinking
It's a long night.
I don't think I'd buy a 12-pack of any cider, let alone Ace. And that's just, there's nothing against Ace.
Now-
I'm just not a big cider fan.
If
And
the Ace
I'm a half
pineapple,
hour from 1911.
yeah, if Ace cider was in a variety pack, I would buy the variety pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, they typically make a
Yeah.
variety pack as
That's a
well,
good
so-
point.
Yeah.
Now, there's always the exception to that, and I think the 1911, that hop cider,
That was my favorite one.
Mr. doesn't like hops.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a very good cider.
Here's how I picture this beer. It's like Ben said, he bought a 12-pack. You buy a 12-pack. It's a nice, warm summer day. Maybe you're fishing. You're out by a pond or something like that, and you crush it, and then you're done with done with this beer for the rest of the summer.
Yeah,
You know?
that would be a 12-pack I would buy. That I would. It's like, so there's like beers that I buy like 4-packs of. There's like, all right, like when I bought the Pizza Boys, I gave some away, and I'm happy to do so because it is a little easier to give 6-packs away than 4-packs. Like the stuff today, I gave away some, and I'm down to 2 beers now. But like there is some that you buy, and you're like, I kind of want a little more than just 2 cans. You know what I mean? Like I would buy a pack of Ace and be like, these are my beers I'm sharing with everybody for the day. Like we're gonna have some fun and have a bunch of Aces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
Yep.
that.
That's where Ace falls for me.
Like shirt off, get sunburnt,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
There's some
I'm going
there's
to the
some
pool.
beers
There's
you
gonna
want
be,
to
there's gonna
keep
be
for yourself.
me and my buddies and their girlfriends are gonna be there. I'm at a craft beer place, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get some beers for maybe the girls or some people who don't drink craft beer normally. I'm gonna get my 4-pack, and I'm gonna get a variety pack of Ace because I think they'll go over very well. Because like around here, people love the Reds, apple ales, and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But this one, I actually discovered this at Beer Authority in New York City, and they had it on tap. So when I had that, wow, I really loved it. I actually tried to seek it out. This was even before Untapped even was a thing.
Yeah.
So,
So how did
for
it?
me, it's a very sentimental cider.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, this
Now,
is...
where do you
great.
put that with 1911? Do you think it's better or worse?
Now, did we have 19... I don't remember having 1911.
They were all like really, really colorful cans. He dropped them off.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, God.
There's a whole cider episode we did.
Oh, God.
How do you
sure
rate it-
that I
how
was,
do you
I
rate it
was
to
with
the
that.
Stella?
Maybe
I don't
you
even...
weren't.
I don't
Maybe I
even
did them
remember.
during an interview.
No, it was like you... I think it was you and your dad that did them.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure, because I would have remembered that otherwise.
Yeah. No, that was a fact. I think if I seen Ace and 1911 on shelves together, I would go 1911.
So I don't know if you can remember, Ben, but like, how did it compare on tap versus the canned version?
Well, it had a lot more of a like that. It was more of a delicate pineapple. It was like it's still pineapple in your face, but at the same time, though, it was a very like put it this way: you could drink a pint of it and you would be all right. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Yeah.
it would. You could even go for a second pint if you really wanted to.
It's empty.
It's definitely pineapple with a hint with it's pineapple with Granny Smith apple.
But
Ben, I'd be curious to know how you would compare it to the Stella cider.
ooh,
Because
okay.
I've had that on tap actually by accident.
So
I think Stella's on tap is Stella cider on tap is amazing.
It was
Cedar,
really
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
It was really good. I
I-
ordered it. I ordered a Stella, not realizing it was the
the
cider.
cider.
And it's so funny because when the bartender put it down, I thought I'm thinking, I hate when a bartender gives you no head at all.
Right.
right.
Then I went,
Little do we know it's a cider.
yeah. I took first sip. I'm like, well,
is this?
shit, this isn't beer.
Stella Artois cider is it's kind of like king of the crop, you know, like
Absolutely.
I really like that cider then too. I actually
crack
have
that
had
so
that.
Yeah.
It starts off a little bit dry, but it has just enough a little bit of sweetness. You could probably drink like maybe 3 or 4 of those and you'd still be okay. It doesn't have like
Oh Jesus!
Uh-oh.
Did the chair just break on you too?
No, did it? I don't know.
no, hang on.
We got an emergency.
What the hell just happened?
That's your phone.
That's fine.
There you go. It's fine.
All right.
Oh, don't sit down. Don't sit down.
Don't sit down.
Don't sit down.
Yeah, that's.
The chair's mangled.
Oh my God! What a wreck!
What just happened?
Trying to be like Howard Stern. So what just happened was the
So somehow
just
the
exploded.
can got.
So God only knows that the can fucking
I
explode.
don't know
like
if it got it got
Something.
accidentally
Definitely
shooken
shake.
up,
I just
shaked
handed it
up,
over to him.
shaken
Yeah.
up,
Shook
shooked up,
Shook it up.
shaken
or if
up.
it was just ready.
yeah these chairs that we bought with the padding they look
The
super
beer
nice.
had jitters and it shit itself.
If you go on one leg on those things, those chairs are fucking over forever.
Clearly.
Yeah, I had 6 of them, and I think we're down to one.
3.
One's left.
I was almost like the Titanic, man. I was like going down bad.
Oh my God!
Okay.
How much-
Conscious Craft American Pale Ale.
All right, so that beer was our
full
first
can.
was a full can. It's not his fault. It's
It just
it fucking exploded as he
just
cracked
went.
it. This is a
How
vegan
much are we
beer.
gonna get out? I wonder how much we're gonna get out of this can.
There's like 3/4 of it left.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
The beer was like, heard you don't like head fuckers. Let me give you-
You know what? I'm already biased against this beer. Like it fucked me once. I don't know.
So this is Conscious Craft from Oliver Brewing Company.
All right.
Oliver is a let me see what I got here. It's from Baltimore, Maryland. Come on, load up. All right, they've made 363 beers.
can't
They
find
average a 369. Everybody fine? Sock it to me one more time. Get low. Yeah. So this one here is supposedly a vegan. It's supposed to, I think it's a vegan beer. This isn't a can, so I don't know what that stands out. If you just type in Conscious Craft, Oliver Company.
Yeah, it's Oliver Brewing Company Pale Ale American.
Did you already pour, Ben?
Yep.
So I've had a couple Oliver IPAs. I've had their IPA and their DDH IPA.
Organic Pale Ale.
Both were phenomenal.
You want to read or you want me to read?
I'll read. It does clock in at 5%. Man, we're hitting like lows. for this episode.
That's a good thing because there's like 30 beers to go.
Wait till the fucking stouts start coming in. We're gonna when we get to this section of the show, we're gonna do like crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, we're definitely.
We're not doing
that.
four stouts straight in a row.
That's fucking going in blind and asking for trouble.
I'll fucking kill myself on fucking microphone.
No, don't do that.
just bury it right in my throat.
All right, so this is interesting.
So this is an American Pale Ale. It's an organic pale ale collaboration between Olive Brewing, Red Wine, Beer and Spirits, Roots Market, and Great Sage. Dry and earthy, bittered with Centennial, finished with El Dorado and dry hops.
It's organic. It's organic. It's fancy.
Earthy is the key there.
And this is
it definitely tastes earthy.
This is a vegan friendly beer.
It kind of tastes syrupy to me.
Tasty notes are saying dry and grassy.
I don't taste dry nor grassy.
I'd say more like
I'm gonna be honest.
Can really get the malt.
I don't
taste
like
like caramel malt.
Yeah,
I don't like the smell of it at all.
No.
Yeah, that's when it smells like when there's a bad beer. You smell the malt. That's when you know.
I don't smell malt.
Yeah.
I smell like a syrupy.
But no, that's But that's what it smell. That's what that smell is. The malt of it, like that.
And like, what was the ABV?
The
You
beer
said 5?
guide. It's a 5%. Yep.
5%. This, to me, it actually tastes like a heavy beer.
Mm-hmm.
It's real heavy, just as it goes down your palate. And
Yeah, I get that too.
one and done. I like Oliver. Don't get me wrong.
That's
I
definitely
like
one
Oliver
and done.
beers, but not this beer particularly.
Yeah,
Tony, you're
my
really
flavor profile was earthy and heavy.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree with that.
I'll take another sip, but sorry, Oliver.
This
I'm
is
sure you're a nice guy.
Yeah. You do make other great beers, by the way.
yeah. I would say
that I
this one in
chug
particular.
the shit out of.
I go middle of the road, 2.5.
Really?
Yeah,
I think
just
that's
being
really generous.
Being generous.
Yeah.
I think
Not a big fan.
I'm definitely gonna give it like a 2.25. I'm just
Yeah.
solely. Oh,
Yeah, there you go, man.
go
That's all
figure.
you really liked it. Go for it, buddy.
What? I did 2.25. Your dad gave it a 2.5.
I gave
I gave
it a 1.
2.5.
I'm going 1.
Well, I'm not that. I'm going to say 1.75. This isn't a beer that I would ever get again.
Yeah, it's not something I would order again.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Jesus Christmas. That was rough. Let me get that can one more time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a tool. I'm changing. I'm going with the tool.
A hard tool. A real hard tool. You're like Gary Delabate with a 9 tool.
199.
All right, let's get our last baby can out. This one,
Oscar Blues Brewery.
this one took a little shrapnel damage here. From it fell out of my hand getting out of the car.
Don't let Steve open it. Just
Hang
to
on.
bail
There's
again.
there's still more beer on the table. Here, hang on.
Do we got a straw,
Yeah,
Ben?
I'll open it. This is Death by King Cake. I got this from Black Diamond.
Here.
Thanks, bud.
All right, it didn't.
This here, lift up. It's probably got all underneath here. There's a seal.
As long as it's not like on the mics and stuff.
That's why they're on stands.
There you go.
Here, you can pour next.
All right.
This is, like I said, Death by King. Oh my, got really stuffy there for a second. Death by King Cake.
Oscar Blues Brewing.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a neat looking can.
Okay, a little bit of an interesting smell to it. You can really smell like the fruits.
This was given to me by I'm going to be completely upfront here. This is given to me by Black Diamond, and I just didn't. The COVID thing has been happening. I did not open it and drink it myself.
What does that smell? What's the odor? That's an interesting odor.
So this says it's an ale with vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, cake. I don't know how you say
Cacao.
that. Cacao. Nibs. Orange peel and pecans.
So this is it Oscar Blues Brewing at a Longmont, Colorado. They make 854 beers. They ain't fucking around. They average a 3.80. which is not
Oh,
bad.
that's a good beer.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's good.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's good.
854 beers, and they average just under a 4. That's good.
They
That's
do.
not-
They have some amazing beers.
the one we're drinking here, has been checked in 7,964 times. It averages a 354. One friend has checked it in, and they gave it a 4.0. So this is actually considered a porter.
This is a porter.
It's
This is
a
a porter.
light-looking
Really?
porter.
Yep.
What?
This is actually considered a white porter.
A white porter. Now that,
Yeah.
I don't know if
Well,
I've
I mean-
ever actually had a white porter.
Well, that's a first.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's certainly a first.
Vanilla, subtle, gentle, nutty, and cinnamon is the flavor profiles that you're supposedly you're going to get here. Well, that I'm posting it. I haven't tried it yet.
I don't know. If this beer was a fucking chick, I'd marry it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're going that hard with it?
Yeah.
Going hard in the paint?
What? Going hard on the paint. What the fuck does that?
It's a basketball reference.
Oh.
Going hard in the paint means you're getting a lot of rebounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I
like
could
Rodman,
see that.
like,
yeah, I could see that now.
That is good, man.
Hey,
Wow.
we're an educational show too.
I would drink this shit all night.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Not one single flavor stands out. It's just a nice blend of all of the flavors they note in the
It
profile.
tastes like, to me, it doesn't taste like a porter. It has more of a lager to it, almost like a lager taste. But it tastes, I don't know what a king cake is, but you could definitely taste like a cake. It does taste like it's more
Like a pastry.
it's a dessert
Stout or
beer.
something,
This is a
if you would
dessert
say.
beer.
Ooh, there's a lot underneath the cans. Oh, whoa,
They're gonna be just just hang out with the paper towel. Just put them on the chair next to you.
Sure.
And when we get there, we'll wipe as we go.
You know what you do? Like collectively, you can taste the vanilla, cinnamon, the pecan, all of it. None of it hits you at any particular point on your palate, but it's all there.
It's just-
which is nice.
So this beer for me, doesn't rock my world. I wouldn't go for it again, but I'm gonna give it the score it's getting because it is impressive that it hits all the flavor profiles.
Yeah.
This is another one where I've tried it. I think I'm over it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't seek this out, but I am very impressed by it. It is one that if I seen it in a bar, I'd be like, yeah, you should definitely try that. It's pretty cool.
Now that one I would agree with you on.
Yeah?
With the taste.
Yeah,
But
it hits every note that it says it's gonna hit. It drinks like a lager, not a porter, though.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I never had a light colored porter like that, so that's a first. I'm gonna go 3.25.
That's a good score.
yeah, it definitely is. When I taste it, it just tastes like pleasant. You know what I mean? It just it just tastes like a pleasant beer. If you want something a little bit different, just like you're on an IPA kick or whatever, like that would be one to just like
Break up the
kinda-
monotony of it at all.
yeah, and
Yeah,
strip
yeah,
strip the hop flavors out of your mouth. It'd be like, okay,
Agreed.
all right, fair enough. I can drink that.
Yeah.
I would probably say I would probably give it a 3.25 as well, solely because it's a white porter. It's a really cool novelty beer,
Yeah.
and that would be a one and done for me. But if I would see that in the cooler, as Tony's having a party, well, I would definitely go with that.
Go and grab it. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4. I think it's an outstanding beer. It's a style of beer that I would seek out. So that's why it gets the 4.
Fair.
It's something that if it was around a lot, I would keep in my fridge.
I would definitely put this in the category of this is a dessert beer, though. I think it's a little too sweet to drink all night for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about breakfast? I'm a big breakfast beer guy.
Are you a shower beer guy?
Yeah.
A shower beer?
Yeah, shower beers, breakfast beers.
I have yet to have a shower. I think I might have had a shower beer.
I had a
but
shower
I have
beer.
to really experience
But
it.
I'm
You're
more
young
of a-
yet. You're young.
I've always been a tub guy, though.
So you go with the tub beer.
I've always been a tub guy. I like to sit in my tub. Yeah. But you have to realize too, I'm not trying to play my card here, but with my joint disorder, sitting in warm water is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it feels so good. It's amazing.
Man, that feels like the cat's ass, doesn't it? When it's on
Yeah.
your joints,
I just-
you're just like,
I just wish I
We need to do like a springtime like hot tub episode.
dude, you're hot. There's gonna be a day, there's gonna be a moment in time where I'm gonna be like, yo, I can't walk. Can I come sit in your hot tub?
Fucking right. Of course.
I'll go sit in it tonight and get some beers if you really, really want to. We'll get nutty.
But yeah, so I'm giving this a 4. This is a beer that I would keep on hand, and that's how I'm looking at 4s. Is something that I would stock in one of my beer fridges.
I wouldn't be able to drink it in 16 ounce, but the 12 ounce is more than enough.
Absolutely.
And like, unfortunately, like I know it's with like production and everything else then too. 16 ounce cans are fine, but I mean we've had some really stellar beer on this show, but certain beers, I wish the 12 ounce cans would come back. To be quite honest with you,
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, so here's
It
what
depends.
I'm
It
thinking.
depends.
We have 5 baby cans, we have 4 stouts, and we have 4 mixture between sours and IPAs.
we got a lot going
Do you
on
want to
here.
do a bracket style, or do you want to go an overall beer of the night?
I think we should do a bracket style because that would
Yeah.
just make a
Yeah, I
lot
was
more
thinking bracket.
sense. Because
So
with
for the
what we
first
have-
for the first 5 beers we have Ace, Death by King Cake, the Figaro, the Porter, which is almost full, so that's a good sign, and the Conscious Craft beers. We'll start with you, Spife. Sorry, you pick your first beer.
That's going to be Death by King Cake.
Death by
easily.
King Cake.
Mm-hmm.
Pops.
Death by King Cake.
All right, Ben.
I'm gonna go with my cider. Sorry.
Ace. I would actually probably go with the cider too, but Death by actually no, that's 2 and 2.
That's 2 and 2.
Fuck. Yeah, I would go if I had to pick. I'd go cider with the two. So
All right, so we got
we'll put them both in the running. They're both in
Yeah.
the running.
both in the running.
Yep. So that would be our beer, not the beer of the
Ooh.
night, but these 3 you could toss these 3 cans. You can actually dump and toss that one can.
Okay.
That smells like mocha.
Then I would probably
coffee.
go with the golden ale.
The Golden Ale was cool. I don't like coffee, but it was cool to try a Golden Ale coffee beer. That was different.
Yeah.
Tony, do you want
Yeah, I mean, being a stout fan and a dark beer fan,
What's your glass?
I thought the Death by King Cake was better than that.
Oh my god! Actually, hold on.
It smells amazing.
I get a small hint of coffee smell. To
Yeah.
me, every time I'm supposed to, I feel like in chocolate and beer, where I'm like, it's chocolate, I get coffee. But I get a lot. I don't know. I didn't read the can. I just literally picked this up and put it to my schmooch here.
Yep.
It's
Hits
peanut.
its mark.
It's peanut butter. A
Yeah.
lot of peanut butter. It smells like the Tasty Cake peanut butter chocolate.
Candy cakes.
Candy
Candy
cakes.
cakes.
Yeah,
With coffee.
with coffee. Fuck.
I smell mocha
Yeah.
big time.
All right.
I'm
So this
definitely
is
gonna-
sat on
This
that
is by
one.
Definitely.
This is by Trillium. There is another can of this, so whoever I don't know if that's Ben's can that he forgot here, or if
I
this.
think that is a can that I forgot.
All right, so then Ben's taking it with him. I was gonna say one. I don't know if Ben just accidentally brought 2, but we did have an extra, but it's now claimed by Ben again. So
Reclaimed.
Trillium is one of those places where if I ever go to Boston, that's my place I'm going.
Absolutely.
They're
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's a
They-
must-go-to brewery.
They make fucking
No doubt
amazing
about
beer.
it.
Yeah,
Or
they're really good.
Massachusetts. You mean.
and they have
You gotta
such a
go
unique,
Massachusetts and Boston
unique
area.
mouthfeel to their beer. All of their beers have that unique mouthfeel to it.
Not just chocolate, hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Hot chocolate feel to it.
It's that Trillium mouthfeel. It's
Yep.
that silky,
They-
smooth Trillium mouthfeel
Silky
that
is the word.
all of their beers have.
Yeah.
Even their IPAs are silky. And
This has been
smooth
checked
like
in
that.
28,000 times. It averages a 4.29, so
I
it
believe that.
almost gets that really high hot score.
it's a fun- it's
Trillium
fucking good.
Brewing Company is out of Camden, Massachusetts. They
Oh
have
my
made
God.
they have made 364 beers, and they average a 4.26. So their beers kick fucking
They,
ass.
they
They're a
got-
big
they
dog.
got the,
Yeah.
they
They
got
are
the
a big
big dick
dog.
energy.
Yeah, they do.
When it comes to a beer,
Yeah.
they can do anything. They have a milk porter. It's called Pom Pom. No, milk stout. It's called Pom Pom. I never had anything like that ever, and they do that in the winter time then too.
Peanut butter's not even in the flavor profile for this.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't know. I feel like Trillium could probably make a pig's feet and Pringle chip porter, and it would be amazing.
Speaking of Pringles, I fucking got a can of.
What?
I got a can. Andy Hedder got me special edition Rick and Morty Pringles, and I didn't open the other can because I'm giving it to somebody I work with because she's a huge Rick and Morty fan. But they're dill flavored pickled chips.
Ooh.
Hottie's like, "Can I eat some?" And I go, "Sure." She just hands me the empty can 30 seconds later. Yeah.
Like a cartoon, just
She's a fucking animal when it
mowing them.
She can eat like. If I ever did another podcast, it would be like Heidi Eats.
Foods.
Yeah, it would be like a
Heidi's Hot Eats.
like Heidi reviews foods. Yeah. And it's hard, but she would be like, everything gets a high score because she's just like,
I love it.
Yeah,
So
I love
biased.
it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's food.
I need to make her like one of those fans only porno pages, but like she just
eating.
But she just sits in a bathing suit and eats food the whole time and like rubs her belly.
You'd probably make $1 million, dude.
You'd kill
You'd
it.
probably make $1 million.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many weirdos out there that are into weird
Just remember
shit.
what your taxes then too. To get the taxes.
Ben,
down, too.
you've taken this fantasy and you've taken it to the legal.
Yeah.
Hey,
Now you
people do this shit. Hey, look, I follow on Instagram.
I make a joke and Ben's like, "Hey, if you do this unrealistic thing that's never going to happen, make sure you file your taxes."
Oh God, dude, you know how much they make? Like it's unfucking real.
I can't right now.
This is the dynamic that me and Ben have. I record with him way too much. We did a podcast the other day, right? And I named the episode about Ben because he said the fucking most ignoramus thing ever. We're talking about fucking Marvel movies, right? And we're like, dude, Robert Downey Jr., why would you quit being Iron Man? Like, why would you, like, if they're like, yo, we're gonna kill Iron Man.
The
like,
whole premise of
stop. And he goes, I'm just like, what an idiot. Like, you don't fucking do that.
Right.
And then obviously they kill him, and he's like, I'm gonna go do Dr. Doolittle movies now. And they tank.
Which
he's like,
blowed.
and he's like, can you bring Iron Man back from the dead? You know what I mean? And Ben's like, yeah, sometimes you just gotta quit on top. Like a great example to that would be, you know the band Men at Work?
Men at Work. Who can it be now?
And I was like, that is where you fucking went with that. Like, Men at Work.
Didn't we compare Men at Work to Led Zeppelin?
In the podcast I did, I was like, you could have said Zeppelin. You could have said any other band. Fucking Men at Work who made 2 hit songs.
Yeah, but Zeppelin stayed,
Literally.
Zeppelin stuck around probably one album too long.
And that's what was said there in the podcast too.
One album too long.
Yeah.
Coda was not a great album.
Oh yeah, that's we brought it up and like in through the outdoor and some
Yeah.
aspects.
It's an
too.
acquired taste album.
Into the outdoor.
It's an acquired
I
taste
like that
album.
They couldn't find anybody else to
fucking
rip off, so
crying.
they had to make their own album. Did you see what I sent you about? I'm trying to find someone who would a 3D printer to make it.
They were found not guilty of ripping off Stairway to Heaven, by the way.
Really? No, I'm saying, but did you see what I sent you for
I'm
like
gonna
a
go ahead and
Father's
pour
Day
some
or
more.
a birthday gift?
No.
I sent you a picture of there's
Wow.
people who do have 3D printers. It's not the original thing, so I'm not paying a couple $1,000s for it. But there's people who with 3D printers who make replicas of the object, and you pay $40 and you can get the object.
And they do
Oh,
that
shit.
with they
Yeah.
do it with metal printers then too, like
Yeah.
metal 3D printers, which is really awesome. It's
So,
like
and if like for $40, I can get you an object and you can put it in your house, like a Led Zeppelin object. He's a huge Zeppelin fan, but so all right, let me get this fucking chocolate, fucking caramel, peanut butter, fucking coffee down.
This
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Coffee, all
Coffee.
day. Yeah, all day long.
I gave the Trillium a 4.
Wow.
I gave the Trillium a 4. That is a really good beer.
It's a damn good beer.
the one batch had they must have really heaped up the peanut butter in it, and it was like, wow.
I don't get a hint of peanut butter.
I don't get a whole lot of peanut butter.
No, like they should. I think they should really hike up the peanut butter ratio on that bad boy.
I
course they
agree.
can have.
I'm a big fan of peanut butter beer.
But still,
I'm gonna borrow
though,
your-
that
I'm gonna
I
borrow
mean,
your glass
that's
here in this photo.
PM Dawn. We should be listening to PM Dawn right
the
now.
the PM Dawn is actually pretty freaking decent. You know what I mean? So
By the way, this clocks in at 9%. Just for
Yeah.
the record.
My
Just for the
stomach.
record. You don't even taste
My
it.
stomach is literally in my head. In my head, all I hear in my stomach is, "Do a barrel roll, do a barrel roll."
he died. The voice actor from Star Fox, Peppy Hare, died from COVID.
Did he?
Yeah, he was
Alright.
like 79 or 80
Jesus.
or whatever. He was old
R.I.P.
though. He actually voiced a bunch of other stuff then too. I didn't know. I'm like, wow.
I heard he was in Men at Work.
The quintessential band.
No, here's the whole thing. When I was going with like, don't go if
Chasing
you're in your,
waterfalls.
if you're going in your comfort zone. Like if you're doing this one thing and you're on a fucking roll, sometimes it's not bad to be like, all right, I'm done. Sometimes it's all right. Sometimes I don't look at it that way, but some people think, yeah, all right, cool.
Like this podcast should end at like fucking 80 episodes ago.
No.
You want to do it? You want to do the sour?
Yeah, we're gonna do that one.
That's an interesting one.
Shake that one. It says so.
It says shake.
So what you want to do? You want to
not
give
opening it.
You want to open it up and put it on a 90-degree. Like you want to stand it straight up into the cup.
Well, we can't do that
We
with
can't-
taster samples.
Right.
Well, I get that, but we can get. We have to do it some fucking way.
We're just gonna pour it like normal human beings.
All right.
Pop's got it. Look at that.
Nitro sour ale.
Like a pro.
Pour it aggressively too to get the
apple
nitro.
cobbler fruit shake.
All right, hang on.
Jesus, you're already dumping all over the table. You're leaning it like heavy. It's a full fucking can.
It's empty.
Who makes this?
This is Stillwater, Oliver Brewing, and Chesapeake Cider.
Oh, another Oliver. All right, so Oliver. Let's redeem. Like for me, have an Oliver. I can blow him a little bit here. I can create little balls.
What's it called?
Apple cobbler fruit shake.
And I got this one at the Craft House. It looked pretty cool, so I figured, why the fuck not?
Apple
It
cobbler
has a little bit of a
fruit
red.
shake.
Excuse. Has a little bit of a red tint to it, actually.
Oh, so my mechanic, Dave Prosick in town here.
Yeah.
He's part of a Facebook group that's dedicated to beers and bike rides in the area, and they organize bike rides out of like Trogs and all these
I
different.
mean, pedal bike rides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's a bike rider. So I said, man, I have to remember the page, but it's on Facebook. But it has like 900 some members. But like what they're doing now is like if you have a bike at home, like they do virtual rides. But like and people post like their rides and then like a can of beer they had. So he hooks me up, man. Like Heidi's Jeep has been. It should be paying rent in his garage at this point. It's always in there. And he's very good, like, okay, he knows we both work and we both work crazy hours. And he's like, dude, get it in. I'll get it. Like, he's fucking a good dude, man. Like, Prosick is awesome. Mm-hmm. If you're looking to get your car fixed, like, he's a really, really good guy in the area. So I was like, I had a bunch of Pizza Boys left over. I had all the new trails. And I was like, listen, I can drink them all, but he would probably enjoy it because he's a really outdoorsy bike riding guy, and I don't know if he's ever tried New Trail, but it would be really cool for him to, if he didn't try New Trail, here's a bunch of new trails that he can try. Mm-hmm. So I made him like a 6-pack, and I drove it as I was going to the cake stand today to pick up the Stable 12 beers for next week's episode. I dropped them all off for him, and he was like, "Oh, I do love No Trail, but some of these I never had before." And then I gave him my last can of the Pen is Mighty, and some lager and stuff. And I was like, "Yo," and he's like, "Cool, I'll definitely I'll give you guys a shout out on the bike ride page." But I'll shoot him a message and find out what the page is.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. But the whole thing is like bike riding, and I said he does it all the time. You go to like different places and do bike rides and kind of base it around breweries as well. But yeah, so this is. Well, we already read Oliver and Company, yeah. Oliver Brewing Company.
The Disney movie.
I love that movie. But Chesapeake Cider and Stillwater, which is in Brooklyn. So that's their collaborations here. I'll let Ben read so he doesn't have an aneurysm.
Oh, come on. You said that for the fucking second time already.
Let me read. I'm going to read one without him knowing, and he's going to freaking lose his shit. Watch.
I'm going to lose my shit. So it's a 6% fruited sour. Dessert in a glass. This nitro sour ale was brewed with apple, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, and milk sugar.
It smells tart.
It is tart.
It's a different beast. In
No,
a way. The nitro.
It's a cider for me.
Here's the thing. Here's my question. Once again, I'm not a smart guy when it comes to beer. I just drink them.
I can take cinnamon.
What about putting this in nitro is
what makes it different from everything else?
Why do it? Like that's my question.
See, like if you really if you had like Guinness, like is with the nitro in it, then
With the widget.
with the widget,
That's
it usually
important.
makes it a lot smoother to drink.
It's silky,
like,
creamy.
Some breweries experiment with it to make it a little bit creamier, a little bit take the edge off of the alcohol like the alcohol taste or whatever.
Right.
It all depends on what you're really looking at. A lot of the times, whatever I had beer on nitro, besides like the one left hand, the
milk nitro stout,
and then there's that fruited sour or whatever.
Yeah, that raspberry.
The raspberry one, those are stellar. The left hand nails it down.
Yeah, they definitely do nail it.
But there's ones that are like, okay, well, we're going to put orange in a stout, but we're going to put a nitro in it, and you don't even taste any orange. It's just like a regular Guinness. And it really detracts. It really is a very temperamental.
In this case, is it? Could it be? And I'm asking, is it the way they just use it for carbonation, for lack of a better term, maybe?
You could say that, but I mean, if you want some, but the way that I see this, since they're saying that's an apple cobbler, it tastes more of like an apple cobbler, taking off the edge with the nitro in general.
Okay,
really.
I gotcha.
So, like, when you're sipping on this beer, you're tasting it's more like an apple cobbler. It's a lot smoother. It's a lot easier to take in versus your standard sour.
Okay. I'm just, to me, it's slightly different than that cider we had earlier.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. This actually it actually drinks like a cider.
Yeah.
But for their tasting notes, I do taste apple, vanilla, and cinnamon. Not so much nutmeg, and the milk sugar is there for sure.
But the cinnamon's very light.
Yeah,
I'm not picking up the nutmeg.
No.
The nutmeg might just be a little in there, but I don't pick it up.
I think the nutmeg is what I'm getting at the end. The aftertaste is nutmeg. To me, I don't know. I could be wrong.
That's where I got the cinnamon.
Really?
Yeah, but like
so you're saying the reason they do the nitro is to make it smoother.
Yeah, or like to bring out more of the flavors.
It does taste smooth. It does have a smooth mouthfeel to it, I guess you can say, where it's like kind of like soft almost.
Could that be the milk sugar?
Or creamy. I do get a hint of apple, but I'm going to be honest. I'm not crazy about this at all.
Me neither.
I think it drinks to the point where it tastes just flat. Like it just and I think it's so creamy and tart that it doesn't coincide very well with me. I'm not a fan of this.
It's actually not even as good as that cider because it's not like sparkling or.
I'm glad that this is just a taster because if I would have bought a 4-pack of this, I'd be I'd be bummed.
Yeah.
I do like the can art. I
The
think
can art is really cool.
Pretty neat.
It's literally just googly eyes on an apple.
On an apple,
Yeah.
which is pretty neat.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm giving. I don't want. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just being honest. That's what I'm trying to do here. I give this a 1.5.
A 1.5.
I gave it a 2.
Two for
I gave
me.
it a
2.25 is something I would have again. Like a 2.25 is a Miller Lite. You know what I mean? Like I would drink a Miller Lite if it was there. I would not drink this again.
I'm going to go 2 as well.
I wouldn't drink it again. A 2 for me is that's not even half middle of the road.
If I was at a party,
it's not horrible.
And this is it's an
I was very generous with that one beer.
The Conscious Craft?
Yeah, the Conscious Craft I should have given a less.
I'm trying to be more realistic and stop being generous. That's why if I was at a party and they're like, "Hey, we have a case of apple cobbler fruit shake from these breweries," I'd be like, "I'm not drinking tonight."
Yeah.
I'm just being dead serious. Like and I'm not being dick. I'm not saying your beer is terrible. It's just not for me.
Right. I would have one just because they went out and spent money on drinks.
Yeah, now listen, man, you got our money, so
but I wouldn't. That is not one I would seek out. Even in the realm of it being a cider, I think ciders are better. I'm just not a fan of that.
It happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throw in the running. Hey, you know what I mean? That's how I feel about it.
For me, I'm a big cinnamon fan. I love cinnamon. that was the highlight of that beer, was that little cinnamon on the back end.
Yeah.
Everything else was just not not good. Yeah.
I mean, I give it 2.5. I liked it just because
You can.
I mean, I got it. You know what I mean?
You can. Yeah.
I mean, don't forget though too. I mean, we didn't go like the 90-degree angle pour,
like let it rip.
like let it rip, and then
I don't-
does
and-
the whole
and
thing. Yeah.
Listen, I don't think that would have helped it.
I don't think so either. I really don't.
Would look good.
Yeah. I don't see any more flavor coming out of that can if we fucking tipped it on its head.
Right.
Just being honest. Like, I've had nitro beers and I poured them as just normal as everything else. Like the nitro pink flamingo. It was fine. I just don't see how turning the can a full 90 degrees would have been like, holy fuck, game changer.
But just the nitro, just in general, you know what I mean?
Listen, if the nitro is to make it smoother, I get that. I feel that with the mouth taste, but it ended so flat, and I don't know, it's just not for me.
Yeah, I think it's like overdone on that actually, because why the lactose and the nitro? You're just looking for it's like
and see
super cream.
That's the reason why I kind of say about the nitro, it could be overdone then too,
right?
Because it's just like you could have had something there, but you just
maybe
it's the novelty, really.
You know what? Maybe if this was on draft on nitro rather than canned nitro without a widget, like there's no widget in there, first of all, which really, like, how many nitro beers have you had without the widget that are amazing? Like 2. There's like 2, like literally.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh boy.
Made an executive decision.
That was creepy. All right, we're dead air there. So what happened just now is Pops just cracked open an Aslan.
Dad chose the next beer.
He went Aslan Bale.
He goes, fuck
The Baylor.
Was that supposed to go last?
No.
He's gonna send it. Thank God.
I think that might be a 10.5. It depends. I think that's either a 10.5 or a 15. I'm not certain.
13.5.
13.5.
Well, Ben, this is an imperial stout brewed with peanut butter, cocoa nibs, and caramel, weighing in at 13.5%.
Because they make weaker versions of it then too.
And it's a collaboration with Casa Argai Specialty Ales.
Right.
Bale is a 13.5 Imperial Stout inspired by peanut butter turtle candies. And the result is a rich sour with notes of coffee, caramel, peanut butter, and chocolate.
Ben's having a conniption. You're reading it. Oh, my God.
Listen, he's trying to play it off like he's not having a conniption, but that's him having a conniption.
Right.
When I start reading it, you see him like adjusting his chair.
This is my job.
They took her job. They took her job.
Don't took my job.
For those, Aslan.
Gotta play along with it.
Aslan is is out of Alexandria, Virginia.
Herndon, Virginia. There are other locations in Alexandria.
Listen, I'm going by Untapped.
I'm going by Untapped.
They make 370 beers. They average a 4.15.
Maybe we should let Ben read. He knows where
Yeah.
these places are.
He knows better than Untapped, obviously.
Well, he is a professor, so.
Yeah. Grow your mustache and look like Freddie Mercury's
No,
lover.
I'm not.
Yes.
No.
Listen, when Ben lost his beard, I grew mine. Like, it was weird. It just transformed right to my face. It was.
Ben got drunk one night and shaved his beard when he went home.
I just said I fucking had enough of it. Clipped it. Done. I didn't care.
And then there was COVID.
Yeah. Actually, I think the COVID thing...
I kind of did that because of that.
Yeah,
then
because Ben's been really into this COVID thing and reading stuff.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, so the beard, like, harbors germs.
If you have a beard, you're going to die next week.
I actually am proving that wrong.
Yeah.
And I even read up on it. I'm like, well, can you use it as a mask? But the fibers are
You know what's
not
crazy?
too fine.
Shaved his beard, but kept that weird hair in his eye the whole time.
Just because.
I'm actually growing my hair long again.
Yeah?
I'm going back long. Yeah.
Like long, like back,
Yeah.
old school long?
Yeah. Back to my
Yeah?
back to my tits. Yep.
You look like a kung fu fighter back then.
You said I had a mullet. I was really upset by that.
Why? Like, mullets are fucking awesome.
I had it all slicked back. I was in Vegas. I was killing as a rock star.
Yeah.
And you're like, nice mullet, fucker. And I was like, you're like, what did you write? You're like, a lot of party in the back
Did you donate
there.
it?
Yeah.
Right.
Shouldn't have donated it.
Why?
Because I went to bed that night, and I like when you have long hair, and like and you sleep and you have it down, like in the middle of the night you go to like move and you have to like move your hair out of your face and adjust it. Like, and I went to like move my hair out of my face and like move it under so I don't lay on it, and I was like, it's not there. Yeah, like as soon as I cut it, I was like, that was a terrible idea. Like it took me like almost a year and a half, 2 years to grow it that long. And when I grew it long, I used to have the Pidgeotto haircut. So if you're a nerd, you know what I'm talking about.
Pompadour.
I had a pompadour, but what I had is I had the top really, really long. Like the top, like when I had my hair on the top was almost down to my mouth already.
Right.
It was really long, and I used to slick it back or pompadour it up. And then I had the sides almost down to like a one.
Like shaved off.
Like,
right.
So when I finally grew my hair long, I was at a thing where like my hair was so long, it just covered the sides, so it was like hiding it. And then when it finally all grew, it was just starting to catch up with each other. And then I cut it all off. I was like, fucking idiot.
This is amazing. I'm just going to say.
It's a good beer.
It's a damn good beer.
13.5, man. You can't go wrong. The
You don't even know it's 13.5.
Ironically enough, we actually had this beer. Tony, myself, and Senior actually had one of these beers twice.
My first time having this.
It's the Moon Shield that we have twice.
Oh, okay.
So that's the raspberry and the white chocolate stout that we've had. So that's gonna be pretty fun.
This is awesome. I'll tell you right now.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna spoil a little bit for you guys.
Uh-oh.
One of the
It's made with semen. You already drank it.
one of the dark horse beers that we're not really. I'll tell you what right now. The 4 members only is a pineapple upside down cake sour.
Ooh, just jumping ahead already.
No joke. It tastes dead nuts like it.
I
could not believe it.
I couldn't find the Ellicottville pineapple upside down cake. I was going to buy that today. I couldn't find it.
Oh,
they were out.
man.
I'll
I
tell you
heard
what.
Really good things about that beer.
I saw it, and
how about when we went to Hot Rod Bar and Grill to see Gas Station Disco, and I had you try the Snitz Creek sour pineapple upside down.
Oh my God, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a good beer.
I don't remember.
All right, I'm just gonna choke this down.
This is amazing.
It just reeks like coffee. Peanut butter, chocolate, caramel, smooth.
I think peanut butter is huge in this beer.
Yeah.
It punches you right in the
Not as
mouth.
much with the Trillium for me, but it's just I think it's just more pleasant tasting.
The caramel gives
It's a
it
sweet.
like a
It's a
smoothie.
sweeter, like
It's much sweeter.
a little
Yep.
bit of a sweet pinch, but at the same time it levels off. Then
This
at
is
the end.
this is better
Yeah.
for me. This is better than the PM Dawn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's
I
not.
think-
It's not as coffee. I do get the chocolate. I do get the peanut butter, but it's still a little too much coffee for me, so I'm not going to score it. But if someone put a gun to your head and said you had to drink one of these cans of beer or I'm going to fucking murder you, I would drink the Bale.
I have that at the house.
But dude,
I didn't bring it.
I mean, you actually sipped it and you actually kind of sort of liked it. Hey, it's progress.
It's not horrible.
It's progress.
It still tastes like. The thing is like I didn't hate it, but it still to me tastes too much. I just if I get a coffee taste, I just don't like. I just don't like it.
I totally get it. Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah, but it's not bad. I get more of the flavor profiles out of the Bale than I do the PM Dawn.
Absolutely.
The PM Dawn smells like a chocolate tasty cake, peanut butter tasty cake.
This tastes like it.
This tastes more like it. Yeah,
Yeah, big time.
With like if you took a peanut butter tasty cake and you dipped it in coffee and then ate it.
All right. Yeah, I can see
To
that.
me, yeah.
You know,
This
some
is a very
dirtballs
rich beer.
doing
Like
that. No, I'm like
it's not so like
It's smoother.
Let me clarify.
It goes down smoother too.
it's a rich beer, but it's not
yeah.
heavy.
yeah,
But
that's
I also don't think I could drink more than like two, maybe one, one or two. That's it.
Do you see
One
the,
would
you see the
be-
banner hanging?
Yeah.
that's just one banger and that's it. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, 13.5%.
But-
You're not going to drink them.
Not a. But you don't taste the booze at all.
15,
all.
10. So there you go. 15 on
So
the Moon Shield, and then
this
As you like
this
it,
beer
10.
could be dangerous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know?
They used to make that in a 15% and oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
That's like my veil glass.
I don't want to. I'm not going
at
to
the
say it on
house.
the microphone, but this I just got that from a buddy. That would have been for
Nice.
Brewfest this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
Remember when we used to be able to go to places and have beer festivals and stuff like
Do
that?
stuff and things.
Yeah.
You know, I actually scored the Trillium a little bit higher than this one.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I like that
I don't
Trillium.
know. I'm going 4.75 on this guy.
Holy hell!
Yeah,
Wow.
she's a banger to me. I love.
Can you do me a favor? Can you rinse that?
Yeah.
But I love
I
peanut
cross
butter.
contaminated.
Yeah.
And I love
Yep.
when you can do a good peanut butter stout or porter or even an ale.
Yep.
I'm all in on it.
Yeah. It has a lot more to it than the other one.
Yeah, quarter point. A quarter point was the difference.
I'll be right back, guys. I have to feed the lizard.
All right.
Fucking Ben. I love that kid to death.
Yeah.
All right.
He's neat.
He's neat.
He is so neat.
He's a neat guy. Free Will Brewing Company. This one is called Cloudy with a Chance of
Charcuterie?
Charcuterie. This is a New England style Indian Pale Ale
Charcuterie.
with oats and milk sugar. Free Will, I think that for me, this might be my first Free Will beer
Really?
I've ever had. I think so. Let me double check that on the old Untapped.
2 people checked it in that we know.
I think I should be one of them.
Spiv
Yeah.
I might have
liked
got. I don't.
It was a good beer.
and
I'm gonna
Jason
be honest.
Tobias.
I don't remember where I got this. I don't remember where I got this. I have never checked in a Free Will bill, so this is my first Free Will bill. Free Will
Spiv's comments goes down easy, like your mom.
You did that. You did that drunk.
Probably not, actually. Maybe. It's impossible.
All right, so this is.
I got it.
I don't know how. I went to Monte area, so I can't read cans sometimes when they have big words.
You want to wait for Ben? Charcuterie.
Ben, where did I get this can?
Black Diamond.
Is that where? Okay, you're right. Good call.
Was it?
Yeah, I do remember that now. This is a 7% alcohol from Free Will Brewing Company. Free Will is out of Percy.
Percase.
It's out of Percocet.
Percy.
It's out of Percocet,
Percase.
Pennsylvania. 3.77. They have 259 beers. Good for them.
This is a good one too.
Go ahead, Ben. This actually
I didn't
this
even get
is-
to.
Listen. Fucking do your job.
What the hell? I fucking went to the pisser and
14,000 check-ins. It averages a 398, and 13 friends checked it in, and they also average a 398. So people, everyone who has it is definitely right in the same page. It seems like.
it is a 7%
Then I
New
came
England style IPA.
And then I got high.
New England style IPA with oats and milk sugar, hopped with Apollo, Citra, and Mosaic. Juicy and hop forward with notes of grapefruit, pineapple, citrus pith, and spicy pine with a tinge of sweetness.
Yeah. I feel like these guys were like one of the first ones to start with the whole milk sugar
Bullshit.
yeah.
I don't like
genre.
I don't like lactose or milk sugar. I'm being honest.
No, it was kind of. It was
I don't know.
actually.
I like
it was
lactose in
actually.
boob form, but
It was actually Tired Hands that really made a commercial. So with Omnipolo, so that was like a huge controversial thing when you read up on like the first of it, because they're like, holy shit, milk sugar or lactose in a beer, and then
Yeah,
all of a
mind
sudden, everyone was getting into it. Then it started with
it tastes like a
with,
cactus.
with lactose
This
or
one?
milk sugar.
Right
then
now,
it went
I think
lupulin.
so.
You remember
The
lupulin?
loop, yeah.
Lupulin
I do like
powder?
I like loopy beers.
Yeah, like
Very
the,
light color.
the lupulin
Yeah.
powder really was the second thing, and then that
Yeah.
kind of died off. And believe it or not, that made beer a lot more enjoyable. That was a lot smoother.
I thought so too.
It's super
know,
tasty as well.
I thought like Old Forge had their I forget what it was called, like lupulin something, whatever.
Yeah.
But when they added the lupulin to it, I thought that beer was amazing, and I haven't seen it now for like a year or two.
What is this? What is this chicken at?
398.
No, I'm saying ABV.
7%.
Wow.
Oh, really?
7%.
Wow. Good for them. That does not drink like a 7.
No.
Free Will also makes some really cool ones. They make Blood and Guts sour, and they actually have like a chainsaw on the actual on the label then too. I forget what they had in it, like something with like lime and all that then too. I bought a bottle of it at Too Many Games of 1 year or so.
I thought this beer would have gotten a lower rating because of the way it drinks. Because I feel like if this beer was a session beer and it was a 5.5 or a 5 or a 5.9 or the 6 area, I don't think it would get as close to a 4 as it got. I'm just being honest. Like, I know people think like when Nutra, like Jason, like if Jason had this beer, he'd hate it. It doesn't taste boozy enough. It doesn't taste strong enough for him. To me, this drinks like a session, and it's a 7. Like this
I
is
agree with you on that.
I can see that.
This
I can
is
agree on
super
that.
light. It's super crisp. It has just enough hop for me to enjoy it. I really like this beer.
It's just a good, enjoyable one. Like if you don't want a 5% and you don't want something any higher than
Like an 8 or 9 or something.
If I was,
this is the middle ground.
Like, all right, so Money in the Bank is this Sunday for wrestling.
Put it this way: would you drink? How many would you drink?
I would try. I would drink a 4-pack of that, and I would be fucked up, and I'd be having a great fucking time.
Yeah, right.
There
Like
you
this
go.
is something like, oh, hey, here's Cloudy, and it's whatever, $17. I'm grabbing it, and I'm keeping it in my fridge.
I enjoy this
right?
beer. I'm gonna give it a score, and I'm gonna go pee.
I don't even remember what I gave it.
I had the one time. It was really good.
Giving it a 4, ladies and gentlemen. 4.
Yeah, I
There you
think
go.
that's a good score for it.
The next beer on the lineup is a stout, so you guys
Is
can
a
crack and go to town.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's how we do it here.
You know, I still haven't checked in my Cloudy and Cumbersome. I gave it a 4.
That Cloudy and Cumbersome was ridiculous.
That
was
was a good beer,
really
right?
Good.
Like that's like a solid beer.
Senior, I think you would like that one because I think that has Galaxy hops in it too, like with the
It is
earthiness.
Galaxy, yeah. It is. It's Galaxy.
You know, I gotta pay attention more to the hoppy IPAs I drink.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some that I don't remember which they are. Some of those doubles and even triples that we've had on previous shows where I thought were really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get this and I'm like, this is too piney, too
This one.
this beer is too piney, too citrusy. It's just I don't
funny.
think it's hoppy.
I'll give you citrusy.
I don't think it's too hoppy. I think I'm picking up like a piney. When it gets to be real piney flavored, I'm not a big fan of the pine
And see, that's where it leans like towards more of like the West Coast
and the
style.
bitter and the
Yeah,
bitter
the West
hop.
Coast. The West Coast IPAs are super piney.
Yeah,
We're just
and
getting
then,
into
then
beer
you have
talk
those.
now.
You have those bitter hops. I'm not a fan of those.
Right.
But we've had some IPAs and double IPAs on here where I was like, I can drink this. I can drink multiple of these types of
you
beer.
know
This
what?
is not one of them. It's
tell
not
ya.
bad. I gave it a 3. It's just, it's just a combination of too piney, too citrusy for me.
I got you.
Okay.
And I can even tell you which episode I think I kind of have you turn the corner a little bit was when we had the Hoof Hearted single, double, and triple
Might be.
IPAs.
Might
I
be.
know that for a fact because the one was Who'd Like to Hold My Clipboard. It was I think it was like a pink guava one. Then we had Special Occasion, which was another ridiculous like double IPA, and the triple was oh god, I don't even remember the triple, but I know for a fact I know I turned the corner with you with that. So like you were basing off of that.
Yeah.
That was when I was that's when I was like really fucking going hard when it came to beer trading and all that. Like I was pulling different shit. I mean, I wish I could pull some shit from like Mississippi and New Hampshire and
Yeah.
Even in Washington and all. Until
I think it's crap that we can't get beer from all across this country.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Agreed. And that is something I think that we do that we've done since the beginning of the show because of you and getting beers from other states and at different places. But one of the things I do really want to try to really crack down on this season.
And I totally get where you're coming from.
I'm not coming from like a bad. This is not being negative.
No.
I think we for being a beer show. And I think I'm being honest. I think a lot of this is just I have a new appreciation, not
for
just
being
for
in Pennsylvania.
Beer. Just having a different appreciation just for beer, but
Nothing
listening to Port in Pennsylvania and seeing what they're doing and breweries in Pennsylvania, and just seeing that, and this is not a knock to New York breweries or Maryland breweries, because we've done a ton from Maryland, a ton from New York, a ton from Connecticut, but it's this thing is like I want to. This is just my thing. I like to support our area, and I want to support Pennsylvania. And there's breweries like today. I just checked in my first Free Will Brewing Company beer, and I'm doing this for 2 years now. I want to take pride in at least saying I've tried what most has to offer in Pennsylvania. So I really want to make it a point to try to really. I mean, we're gonna have episodes where others sneak in there. If if Hudson Valley makes a banger and we have an opportunity to get it, we're gonna put it in there. If we can get a really good banger from New York branching out, fuck it, we're gonna do it.
Right.
But I really want
you want to focus on Pennsylvania breweries.
Yeah, I want to definitely.
That's fine.
Yeah, like if you're out somewhere and just someone who's on the show, or even from me personally, like today when I was like, Stable 12. I don't think we've ever really done a big Stable 12 thing.
And they have a huge following.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I can go get 2 beers from Stable 12 and kind of do like a showcase of just at least 2 of their beers, or like Pizza Boy or stuff like that. I want to do that. Like if there's somewhere I'm out somewhere and I can get at least 2 or 3 different styles from one brewery and they're from Pennsylvania, I want to start doing that more.
Yeah.
And I really want to. And a really big thing too, I want to shout out. I should have probably done it at the top of the show and not an hour and fucking 30 minutes in. Our merch,
hour and 18.
Our merch, yeah, but you have to figure intro and and intro music. All right. Which we have new intro music. I didn't even plug either. I'm going to record. I'm going to record an intro to this show, so I'll probably repeat myself. But dude, huge thank you to everyone who's buying merch. I do 5 different podcasts on this network, and hands down, no fucking questions asked, the most bought podcast is Bangin Beers. People are eating it up, and it's the Beer Hub one. The Beer Hub one is kicking ass. Like if I'm nowhere close to getting a laptop because of it, because our prices are so low. I don't make much, but you guys are supporting the fuck out of Bangin Beers, and the people who listen and do buy stuff. Like, thank you guys so much. Truly, it's really cool. I look forward to like going places and seeing more and more Bangin Beers t-shirts on people. Like it just, what the fuck is going on tonight?
Holy Nikes. Dear Lord. Look at this.
Wow! So another beer just exploded.
Is this
going
to be another?
Can you
1.75?
You're gonna have to start ripping more paper towels instead of just holding the can there. Jesus Christmas!
He's holding the paper towels, looking at it spread across the table.
Go here.
Like now what?
This is one of the very few.
He's holding the can like if I hold it. If you want to see this shit go down, you need to fucking buy a lot more merch. No,
buy some merch so he can buy a new fucking computer.
So we can stay live.
You can laugh along with us.
Yeah.
But, oh my Lord!
But
man.
here's
what in the mother.
Here's another thing I want to put out there, and it's just something that I might have said on the last episode.
Give me like a rap.
Go rap.
Heidi's gonna be like, "Where did all the fucking paper towels go?
We can't get any."
Paper towels are a hot commodity now.
Yeah, we just waste.
It's not TP. It's paper towels.
We just wasted
a fucking sheet.
Yeah, we just wasted 2.5 rolls on fucking 2 beers.
Seriously.
But anyway, yeah. So there's a thing on Anchor. So every time we post a new episode, we always post the Anchor link. Yeah, it's so hard to get this out. All right, real quick, just Contain your laughs. Let me get this out. So there's a thing on Spotify or not on Anchor where if you go to the Anchor link, it's going to say support this podcast. It's a little button, and it's kind of like Patreon. I know a lot of your people were like, you should get a Patreon account. You should do a Patreon account. The reason I didn't do Patreon account is because a lot of people who do Patreon expect something back in return. So this is just like Patreon, where you can donate $1 a month, you can donate $5 a month, or you can donate $10 a month. So $5 a month, you're buying us a beer. So if you want to do that, you can go over to Anchor and set up for a monthly payment where you can support the podcast. So yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way while you guys
get a picture of this. Like the
No,
wad.
we're just
fucking wad.
Fourscore.
Oh god.
was it over carbonated that it just exploded like that, or what?
No, see what happens is they actually warn you. They actually have a disclaimer where basically they say
You need to wipe more there.
Oh, of course. Well,
All right. Oh my God, Ben, you're dripping.
yeah, I just washed my hands.
Oh, all right.
I just washed my hands.
But
Ben opened it and it was like a fucking volcano.
It was like it was like that 4th grade science project.
Yeah, like
that you
Mentos
have.
and Coke.
Yeah,
That's what it was. It was
Yeah.
Mentos and
or
Coke.
baking soda and vinegar.
But
But
I don't even know. Look, that looks so...
See-
it looks like a barley wine almost.
See,
What is up with
the
this?
fun
What is
thing
this
about
anyway? What are we
this is
drinking?
a John,
we
this
gotta-
is
you're
a
stepping on
members
each other.
only members only
Pineapple's
sour.
upside down. Sour.
Sour?
Yeah.
the can turned upside down on the table without even touching it.
It did. That was, haha, joke's on us.
Jokes on you, fuck you.
But Tony, just to touch on what you were talking about earlier about trying to highlight like Pennsylvania breweries.
That's the reason why I opened this one up, and they came out
And it
hard.
just went boom. But like over the past, I would say, I don't know, like 7-8 years, you've had a tremendous growth along the Susquehanna Valley.
I'm gonna let him have
Of
the rest.
breweries.
I have one more can.
From,
of this, so
from,
I
the
don't mind.
from the Wilkes-Barre
You can
part
kill
of
it, Tony.
Susquehanna right down through
Thanks, Ben.
the Harrisburg section. And you just have all these breweries open up that have like tremendous beer. Some of them are putting out like 15 beers on tap. You know?
Pennsylvania was just on, according to breweries in Pennsylvania and even Port in Pennsylvania. Port in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is the second highest, second most breweries in the country, and they produce the second most amount of beer in the state in the country in 2019.
Yeah, I could totally believe that. I mean, look at let's just say we go from like Luzerne County down through Dauphin County. How many breweries are you going to hit along the
Just the Harrisburg area.
yeah, just the Harrisburg area even.
Besides
There's about 6
the
or
point,
7.
gentlemen, this is like my big dick energy here because Senior's even liking this one. He's just like,
Yeah?
he's rocking
Yeah.
his head back and forth, up and down. So
Luzerne, Lackawanna County, there's probably 6 or 7,
What's this beer called?
8 breweries.
this
that we
is
have in.
members
Yeah,
only.
so you have
the
like
pineapple
Nimble Hill,
upside down cake variation.
You have Breaker, you have
That's
Benny,
not showing up.
you know,
Fourscore.
Susquehanna.
you have
Yeah.
Susquehanna,
Then you come down to
Berwick, Marley's,
Yeah.
Turkey Hill,
Oh, there it is. Oh.
then going further like beyond that. Yeah, so
Rusty Rails.
you have the Rusty, which is amazing.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I want to do? I want to stay there one time. I want to get blown out up there.
Blown out.
Have
I want to
you
get
been there?
blown out.
Have you been there?
I've been there, but just
Beautiful building.
beautiful building.
That's one of the very few
I wanna
places
take
I'd
my-
love to go.
I want to take my dog. I'm going to take Ruger up there. All right, me and Ruger are going to
Oh,
go on a date.
He has a Roddy.
Giant
Name-
Roddy.
Yeah,
He's a monster. He's 177 pounds. Yeah, he's my boy. He's my buddy.
By the way, your dog now is a fucking dumb idiot.
Best dog I ever had was a Rottweiler.
Absolutely.
By far, hands down, best dog I ever had.
If you find it,
Fucking
tag me. I can't
Yep,
find it.
I will never own another breed.
Pineapple upside down.
This is good. Oh, my God.
cake sour.
You found it?
Yeah.
Members only, or is it just pineapple?
No, pineapple upside down cake
Son
sour.
of a bitch, this is good.
Fourscore. Yeah. This is not a sour.
No.
I don't give a shit what anybody said. They can call it what they want. It's not
No.
a sour.
I don't know what exactly it is. I guess maybe ale-y.
Somebody fucking logged it in. Hang on. Not me.
It's really good. Really good.
Yeah. I get pineapple. I get cherry. I get sweetness.
Brown sugar.
Yeah, brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
I smell the brown sugar because just without tasting it yet, because it I get a lot of the
Who is this?
Fourscore out of Gettysburg.
Fourscore.
This is
Fourscore.
I actually drove an hour and 45 minutes and
For a
it's-
can that just
Oh, was this your guys?
Well, I got
your Fourscore trip?
No, I got What the fuck, Tony? You think you assume everything with me? Come on.
He's like I drove an hour and 45 minutes. We open it and 3/4 of the can went to paper towels. That sucks. I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying that sucks that you went an hour and 45 minutes for a can.
I have another can of it anyway.
Blew up on the. Yeah, dude, literally a half the can. It was
I know.
gone. Yeah.
Well, it's a sour then too, and they actually warn you about it. So they must be doing something right if they're fucking packed.
Nope.
Really?
No, that's a banger of a beer. I'll tell you that.
Now brown sugar to me, it comes off very maple syrupy.
That's the closest.
I think that's the brown sugar. Right? Oh, you're saying the.
I don't like it. I don't like.
I think that's the absolute closest you can get to a pineapple upside down.
I
cake.
disagree.
Yeah.
I think Snitz Creek pineapple upside down was better.
Come on. All right. Well, you know what?
You've never had it.
No, no. That's why I said. Oh, now wait. I'll give it a shot.
This tastes like.
Is there more?
No.
There's some.
I have another can at home.
That tastes like sweet.
We have Big T a little bit. I'm gonna take
That
a little bit.
That tastes like sweet maple syrup to me. I get no pineapple. I get
Really?
no cherry. That tastes like maple syrup. That brown sugar to me comes off as too maple syrupy for me. And here's the thing: it doesn't taste like a sour, so I agree with you on there. If I had to compare this to another style of beer, this tastes like Imprint Smoothies. It almost has that smoothie comparison.
Yes, absolutely does.
I would consider.
Definitely not sour.
I would definitely consider
Sour.
Fourscore sours more of like a smoothie light. It's not super sweet, but it's sweet enough to get the point across.
Yeah.
And that's really what I like about them then too. And they're like a dark horse brewery then too. Like they're making their names.
Fourscore, you mean?
Fourscore, yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're a dark horse brewery in my eyes.
Yes.
Because like you don't expect them to make stuff that like this, but for me, when I had the first can of that when I got back home, I'm like, holy shit, this is nutty. How
I think this
tasty
beer
it
is
was.
this is a 4. This is a solid fucking 4.
They made a tangerine, guava, and some other like Jamba crowler that I still have. I tried one of the cans. Oh my god, it's literally a smoothie light. It's smoothie light.
I gave this a 4, and if somebody were to say to me it's more of a dessert beer, I would not disagree.
Oh, 100% dessert.
God.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree on
I
that
would not
either.
disagree.
No.
That's a good dessert beer.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
But I thought that was spot on. As I did pick up the brown sugar sweetness at the end, but man, that's a good beer.
Very good beer.
This is the first one I've had from Fourscore that I wasn't a fan of. And I've liked everything I've had from Fourscore so far.
Man, that's going to be a coin toss for the beer of the night.
Don't forget we're doing them in brackets, so I think we're doing stouts.
Hold on, we got 4 beers lined up here now.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying though, we're doing bracket wise.
Big can, we're doing big can, small can. So we're on the
big can, small can.
So this is the first. This is the.
I thought
four
we
cans.
we're separating them in threes, like the regulars and the stouts. Since you're like, you know what I mean.
Technically, the members
It's our
only.
fifth.
The members only would have been. It's going to be in this bracket, and that would be in this bracket.
Oh wow.
Well, no, I thought we were putting the stouts.
Well, we're going to do it in the order we drink it. So 4 and 4. It's like you don't put all your syrups your stouts in one side of the bracket.
I got you.
You want to mix them up a little
I
bit.
got
So we'll
you.
do it this way. We'll do two.
Oh, good, because then the Trillium, for me, the Trillium's in a different bracket than the Fourscore.
Yeah.
Trillium was
Nice.
amazing, actually.
So I guess I'd already put your Trillium up one spot, right? For your pick.
Yeah.
All right, Ben.
I would go with the PM Dawn.
That's the Trillium.
Oh, Trillium.
Yep.
Trillium.
Right.
I'll go Free Will. Actually, Free Will's barely even touched. I need to rinse out this fucking.
There you go. Just smash
Maple
it.
syrup.
There you go.
That's all you.
That's
That's all you.
Hey,
buddy.
that's asking for no.
I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing.
You know what? And I hate to do it, but I got to go Trillium as well. Like,
Yeah,
it's almost like passe.
It's a very fair trade-off. Yeah.
It's a fucking good beer. They know their shit.
It's
It's a goddamn good beer.
There's a lot of bale there too.
Nothing wrong with the bale or
The bale was good.
The bale would be my number 2 for sure.
A quarter point difference.
Yeah.
I just thought the Trillium was better.
We'll put members only up here. So if you guys want to crack your next stout there,
Members only was amazing.
Okay, that's what we're gonna go with next. Go with the Moon Shield.
The Aslan?
Yep, that's the one. This was actually on the Hoof-Hearted episode then too. Ironically
I don't
enough.
remember
No,
this.
now wait. I'm pretty sure it was on the Hoof-Hearted episode.
Imperial Stout with raspberry, white chocolate, and vanilla. 15%.
Yes, this was on there because
tell you
we
what.
had we had Stripes, which was the Neapolitan milk stout with the ice cream Neapolitan. Wow, that was awesome. I think that was with Dan, and he got White Girl wasted off of the Neapolitan stout. And I'm like, oh my god. Nothing wrong with that, but I mean, he's like, I'd have that beer every day. Oh my god. Don't dump it in the woods.
All right, I don't smell a lot of booze here, so that's good.
Moon Shield.
Holy shit! This pours like fucking motor oil.
Well, it's definitely not boozy to this smell.
No, not at all.
let me get a little.
It's not boozy on the taste either.
Wow.
That's a goddamn banger. That's a banger of a beer. I'm telling you, my firstborn kid's gonna be named Aslan.
You heard it. What's your?
I don't care if it's a Rottweiler.
Your next dog's gonna be named Aslan.
Holy shit!
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
That's some big dick beer, as Ben would say. Look at that.
That's a big dick energy beer.
Yeah, it is.
Stout.
What's the ABV on this?
Let's see how I feel about
15.
15. There's no coffee in that
There's
at all.
no way you can get coffee out of
If
it.
you get
There
coffee
is
out of
no
this,
way
you're,
you get coffee out of
you're
it.
a fucking
I'm gonna borrow you.
fascist, and I am sorry, Tony, but you're off the show.
I'll tell you what.
You're off the show.
This is a
Or am I?
this is
The
more
smell
of a
is coffee to me. I'm just
This
gonna be
is a
honest.
dessert beer.
Yeah.
This is like
It's
your
a dessert
nightcap.
beer.
This
It's
is like
not-
your night.
Yeah.
Have a plain piece of New York cheesecake.
With like a
Have
7-ounce
that.
glass.
Done.
Yes.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're good.
Like the brandy snifter. Here you go.
If they did a
Woof.
7-ounce can for $7, I would buy that beer every time.
I would buy
Like, just for a
150
nightcap.
of
This is
them.
a 15. We didn't read the members only pineapple one. I'm just gonna put that out there.
We didn't. I can't even find it in Untapped.
I'll look it over quick. Give me a moment. Actually, it didn't have anything, but
Oh.
except for Tony, Spive, and Senior, and I agree that it tasted like a pineapple upside down cake.
I didn't agree with
Dead
that.
nuts.
Yeah, it tastes.
It tastes like
Yeah.
I said except Tony.
Oh, I think
Right.
it tastes like maple syrup to me. Moonshine, our Moon Shield. The flavor profiles is raspberry, chocolate, sweet, vanilla, and subtle.
It is subtle, actually.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of. I think you might get quite a bit of raspberry in it.
There's a little bit of
I do smell
raspberry.
raspberry.
That's super smooth though.
It smells like boozy raspberry.
Sorry. I don't pick up any subtlety. I don't know what they mean by subtle. Maybe the vanilla, but there's
Meaning
nothing.
like it's not it's
there's
not
nothing subtle about this. The raspberry hits you like a fucking hammer. It's sweet. There's no I mean, it's definitely sweet.
Whoa!
I only had a small mouthful.
But I'm just saying though, second small pour.
A second
for
try.
you.
A second try.
Wow.
There's
Yeah.
the very very end after like that taste. I get coffee. That's the only time I get it.
Yeah. There's not.
But
a
you
lot
are
of coffee.
tasting-
But I get tons of raspberry. Tons.
Yeah.
But you're
of
getting
raspberry.
that bit still, regardless though.
I think because it's so high, it's a 15 that it does have a little bit of a boozier kick, but it doesn't taste boozy.
It doesn't come across boozy.
No.
What got me is the boozy. My first initial sip hit me with some heartburn. Like boom.
A burn. It has a little burny.
Has a little not a whiskey burn.
Yeah.
For
but a burn.
me, it was a heartburn burn, and that knocked it out of the Trillium category. That knocked it out of the Trillium level. But it's good.
That could be the raspberry too.
Yeah, it's good.
I wouldn't be able. Yeah, I see what you're getting the burn going down because my acid reflux right now is killing me.
I don't know. I love this beer. Right off the bat, I love it.
That's right off the cuff, probably one of their best stouts.
I think so. I mean,
that
I don't
that combination and that.
So I'm giving
percentage?
this a 3.50.
Wow.
Which is impressive because I don't even score stouts.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if I'm giving this,
so you know it's good.
if I'm giving this a 3.50, this should easily be 4s for all of you.
It's a 4.75 for Spive. This thing
I don't get any coffee at all in that. But I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't be able to drink a full can of that.
I went 3.75.
3.75.
3.75.
Whoa. Just because of
if
the
I
burn.
can give it like a 3.85 or a 3.9, I would go.
No.
I don't think it's a 4, but it's definitely a 3.75. It's a 3.75 plus.
for me it hits all the notes. You definitely taste raspberry. I mean that's
Yeah.
how everybody at the raspberry
A very
smash you right in the face.
A very tasty raspberry too.
white chocolate. So it's not dark chocolate. It's not that like
it's
bitterish.
like that rich,
It's that-
smooth,
Yeah.
like
And then
slightly
vanilla.
sweeter. Yeah.
Plus vanilla. So it's
Yeah.
even smoother and like more.
Is that what it
Yeah.
is? Is it white chocolate, not chocolate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
white
White
chocolate,
chocolate.
yeah.
Maybe that's where I'm not getting as much coffee taste because when they use actual chocolate, it gets that more of that roast flavor.
Yeah.
Right. So, sort of like the mocha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well, that could be.
We're gonna make a stout, but we're gonna go like completely opposite.
And we're at don't forget we're at 15% on this beer, and I don't even have a in my throat. There's no alcohol. You know, like the heartburn thing is one thing.
Oh, no.
but
To me-
the alcohol
to me-
burn
to
is
me-
different.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
you know you're drinking a 15%
Yeah.
stout when you're drinking that.
You do.
That
Yeah.
to me,
Dirty
that's
Warner?
that's as close to a bourbon aged barrel aged without having the bourbon taste.
And that's
Really?
you know you're drinking a 15%. That's not creeping on you.
it comes
don't-
out.
I don't
It
know.
comes
It's
out
tasty,
like
though.
motor oil, man. I'll
It's
tell
tasty.
you.
It's
It comes
tasty.
out of
I-
the can like motor oil.
I'm kind of.
But it has-
is really, really.
But it gives you
tasty.
that burn that lets you know
I'm
you're
just
drinking
fucking
a 15.
impressed that you actually went for a second pour on that.
Yeah.
Because I went
And then
really,
you're
I
like-
went really small, and I
You're
wanted,
like,
I wanted,
and then that whoop, and you're
a
like,
little bit more.
oh,
Yeah.
okay,
yeah.
yeah, I get it. No, I'm glad. See,
I think the difference for me, the difference between this and the Trillium, why I didn't go
I'm
to
one of those
4.
those not clean glasses.
This is just a little too sweet.
It is sweet.
It is very
It is
sweet.
a
yeah.
sweet-
It is sweet.
if it's too sweet for you, you know how it goes with me. It's just right.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's right. up my
That's
alley.
the difference between this and the Trillium for me.
Well, and,
As
actually,
far as beer of the night, that's the difference.
Yeah, I know. I totally get it. Totally get it. But I mean, when I try it with my buddy from
Maybe I should
Virginia,
have scored the Trillium higher.
you know, I try
well,
it
you
with
know,
my
I mean,
bu-
trilliums are.
you know, I try it with my buddy with the Aslans and all that. I just get him a 4-pack of Hudson Valley, and like he'll be like, "Okay, I'm gonna give you like
Boom.
all these stouts," and it's like, "Holy shit!" Like mass, like in the mail, mass exodus of fucking stouts, and I'm like, I go Moonshield 15%, this one 15%, another one 15%. I'm like, what the fuck did he give me? And it's just this
Yeah,
whole
like-
continuing thing. I'm like,
I'm gonna be blackout drunk for a
holy
month.
shit. And I would rather have these
Reminds me of seventh
showcased
grade.
with 4 guys getting different opinions about it. That's like a 10.5, I think.
I think the one thing that Trillium has going for it is that mouthfeel.
Yeah,
The
Trillium.
smoothness.
Yeah.
Trillium,
You
honest
know,
to God,
they
does
fucking nail
they
that.
they cannot go really wrong with anything that they do. Like
Yeah, like cutting tiles like that. That's just so smooth.
then they do a super they do super saison, and
Yeah.
that's fucking awesome.
I'm
Like
just,
that
I'm just
has,
impressed.
Like, that,
I'm just impressed. We have 2 beers to go, and we just hit the hour 45-minute mark.
That's actually super. This is a super quick episode.
Yeah.
it's super quick,
doing
but we
really
had
well.
a good time.
Tony, you want to go back-to-back stouts and then end with an IPA?
No, I think we should say this. I think we should end with that colorful one and then end with a stout.
Which
With a
colorful
stout?
one? There's
Yeah.
multiple colorful.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's the strawberry. That's a strawberry
Strawberry
milkshake
milkshake.
from Tired Hands from Ardmore, PA.
I mean, if it's up to you guys. Do you want to end with?
Don't matter-
Do you want
don't
to end with a
matter to me.
stout or do you want to end with the milkshake?
I think the way that we're going, I think we're doing fine. We're going with the going back and forth.
Back
the
and
alternate,
forth.
I like the back and forth.
Yeah, the alternate stuff.
I didn't want to leave my son out.
No, I got 2 full beers over here that I'm sipping on between your stouts.
Right.
Ooh, Ben killed it.
Ben, go Ben.
Ben said, "Fuck you guys, I'm taking this."
I drove tonight, so it's good.
Da-na-na.
A hazy.
You know what the really crazy thing is? On Animal Crossing, I figured out like the one portion of Bloody Tears from Castlevania, and I actually composed the music. I actually put it on our Animal Crossing page.
Yeah,
if you listen to Bloody Tears, like that, da-na-na, da-da-da-da-da, I actually put that for the Animal Crossing, my island theme.
It's yummy.
It's fucking awesome. Some characters it just fucking pops. Others is just like too goofy.
Oh yeah, do the clean one.
But still, though, no joke. It's a good one.
Oh fuck me! I'm gonna take a picture of that. Holy fuck! Oh, you went.
This
I went big.
is
You went big for me. Thank you. I appreciate that.
this is one of the flagship things that Tired Hands does. This is their milkshakes. This is where
the Omnipolo.
Just giving you a heads up, when we start going full table again, don't worry about bringing glassware, because the reason we have these is so everyone gets an equal pour.
I understand.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah,
you say you understand, but then next week when we have a full table, you'll be bringing fucking your glasses again.
He'll have that.
I do.
He'll have the 6
I know how
gallon
to-
carboy.
He'll have a fucking ceramic stein with the fucking cast iron lid.
Yeah, but I know how to
hey.
fucking pour my share though. That's the difference.
Just give me a little. I just
Jason, he'll fucking.
I just want-
like. He'll fill it all the fuck up, and I'm like, what
All
the
right.
fuck, man? What'd you
This
I just want 16
Mr.
ounces. That's
Mr.
all.
Anti fucking IPA.
Whoa.
Real quick, real fast.
Told
This
you,
is
right?
one of
When
those.
you type this
right?
in, is this
Yeah,
a collaboration?
It's a fucking
Yes, it
smasher.
is.
It is.
It actually
Yeah.
comes up
With
Collaboration.
Omnipolo.
with
Comes up-
Omnipolo.
It comes up as
You want
Omnipolo.
there's 2 entries. There's the Omnipolo. There's Omnipolo, and then the second one is Tired Hands. You want to log that one in as Tired Hands.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to. Because
What if I want to go Omnipolo?
I don't know.
I mean, go for it, but we're not. If they ever listen to this show,
Okay,
they're not,
Governor Wolf,
they're-
don't try and tell me what to do.
they're not going to be. if when Omnipolo, if we ever do get big and they go back and listen, they're not going to be fans of our shows. So,
You think?
nah.
They're not a.
Well, here's the whole thing.
We went a little
behind them.
hard on them.
Oh,
Put it this way.
Ben dropped about fucking $80 worth of beers, or $180 worth of beers, and we drank them. We're like, these are all dog shit.
and I was pissed. I was really pissed.
We ripped those beers up worse than the fucking seltzer episode.
oh no shit.
Yeah, I still have
That's a shame.
I still have the KKK beer in my fridge.
burp.
I'm sorry, the Yellow Belly. Holy shit.
That's great beer, isn't it?
It's a straightforward strawberry milk, strawberry lactose IPA. That's really what it comes down to.
And that's what you get out of it too.
Yeah.
I still would like to do without the lactose and maybe get rid of that little bit of that creamy and give me more hoppy, but it's still very tasty. That's strawberry. That's probably the best strawberry flavor beer I've ever had when it comes to hitting you with flavor.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's puree, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't forget, we have that Hudson Valley, another excellent contribution, which would be a strawberry sour. And that's, wow.
Yeah.
If you are
It's coming
thinking,
soon.
Do we drink that?
I think we might have had the
we try
blueberry or strawberry.
Oh, we had the blue. No,
we had
blueberry.
No, we had the blueberry.
Yeah.
Because after a
You
Bangin
want to read
Beers
this
episode-
one?
Sure.
Sure. All right.
He's fucking slacking on me here.
It's a milkshake IPA that
12
is
12 beers in, what do you
7.2 ABV. Brewed at Tired Hands Brewing Company, an IPA brewed with oats and lactose sugar, fermented on top, strawberries, a high pectin fruit, and vanilla beans. Hopped intensely Mosaic and Citra. We also added wheat flour and 50 pounds of local apples, a high pectin fruit, to the boil. Brewed in collaboration with Omnipolo.
I want to know what county those apples are from.
I would be interested as well.
So, where are we at here? Come on. Check in. No,
So-
I don't want to check in. There he is. Tighter Hands from Pennsylvania Brew, Ardmore, Pennsylvania. 1,160 different beers. They average a 4.09. I'm a fan of Tired Hands. I like their stuff. Alien Church is, I guess, one of their top ranked ones.
Do you want me to bring one of those at some point? So I have one more can left over.
Don't we have, what do we have in the fridge right now?
Oh,
That's Imprint.
I gave you an Alien Church.
Is that what's in the fridge right now?
I gave you 2 strawberry milkshakes and 2 Alien Churches. Because you gave me the New Trail.
Oh, you're right. We have 2 more. We have 2 more in the fridge, and then we have 2 from the fist bump ones. We have 2 fist bump ones.
Yep,
from
from Imprint and Lost Tavern.
Right. So maybe next week, depending on what we get rid of tomorrow on the live stream.
Yeah.
We could do the Stable 12 Imprint episode next week.
Yeah, we could
We'll
do
go back
that.
to 4 beers and try to be reasonable human beings again.
No, we are fucking heathens on this one.
We have stouts to get rid of, and he might. I wish Andy was here. He's a big, but we still do have stouts left. We still have.
I'm really like.
We have bottles. We have bottles
I'm
left.
Literally gunning with him, and may or may not with Rish because she likes sours. I would rather have him sit on the sour episode, because with Hudson Valley and sours. Because I gave him a multi-course, the 3rd batch of it. I just said, "Hey, let me know about it." He didn't let me know about it, but it is what it is.
He's going. His. I just read Rish's post about what's going on with their fridge. They're not happy campers right now.
I guess
I
not.
don't blame them.
Yeah, fucking. They got
That's a lot of fucking.
They ordered a fridge from Lowe's, and it showed up. It looked like someone fucking beat it with a baseball bat. Oh, shit. And they're like, we're not taking this. And Lowe's is like, well, we're not giving you a refund until it comes back and we can approve it.
Yeah, but you know what you could do? I had the same thing happen to me. You could tell Lowe's, like, hey, how about you charge us this much for a fridge?
But at the same time, if it looks like you got beaten with a baseball bat, I mean, Jesus Christ.
I guess
you want something nice.
I guess
looking in your
even
house.
the guy installing it said, it's not just the body, like the compressor's even dent in.
Yeah.
Oh, well then
I mean, I
Lowe's delivered it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way. Not if there's compressor damage. Nah, fuck that shit.
I would be like, let me look at it.
He said he brought up the truck and put it in the house, and he's like, this is beat up or something like that. I don't know how far it got into the house, but I worked for Lowe's at one point in time, and I wouldn't buy anything from Lowe's. I know how I felt as an employee. It was like a game for us loading trucks. Like
it's like smash, bash.
Yeah. I don't know how people buy light bulbs from Lowe's. I'm being honest. Just you're like throwing them in the truck.
I don't know. I bought a fridge from there, and there was like one little dent up in the side. Nothing like to the compressor, nothing to anything.
Mm-hmm.
And when it got delivered, we just emailed them like, hey, like, took a picture, like, here's what's damaged, like, you know, what the F? And they're like, oh, here's
an ice tray.
No, they're like, here's a fucking gift card. And it was like $200. I'm like, fucking right.
Nice.
That's worth a dent. Like,
yeah. I bought a washer. I mean, I like Lowe's. I bought a washer and dryer from them. I love it. If your mom would learn how to use it, but she keeps saying
shoot from the hip and
she
hit
keeps saying
target.
this washer
She'll never
this
listen to
washer doesn't work right. I'm there, Nance. If you just let it go,
You have to put water in it.
you just let it go, and it works fine.
this makes me awkward. I feel uncomfortable.
Mommy and Daddy hit Mommy at the dinner table.
Gosh darn it.
Gave her the big old fucking backhand.
Oh, speaking of dogs, I said I was going to bring it up earlier. I went to the house
Where's
today.
your dog?
She's upstairs with Heidi watching horror movies.
That's the same
goof.
question.
That's a little goof. I call her little goof.
I went to go visit. I stopped at the house real quick to say hi to Mom, and he has a boxer who is just dumb. But the boxer, I'm one of the only people who actually like make the dog like listen and obey rules. Like these savages let the dog do whatever the fuck he wants.
No.
So when he sees me, he doesn't growl at me to be angry, but he's like, "You motherfucker, you're gonna actually make me do shit." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he'll
In disgust.
You my daddy.
yeah, no, he definitely knows I don't fuck with him. Like he'll get up right and like he'll jump on you and then get right in your face, and then he I don't know if this is a boxer thing, but boxers are very similar to Rottweilers in the fact they're very vocal dogs.
Yeah.
So like people who are around them, they're like, I think your dog's gonna bite me. He's growling like he's really upset.
Yeah, and it's actually it's not a growl.
They're
It's
just
like they're just like
Yeah. But no, Jack's sound like our Rottweiler was the same way. Where when she growled, it sounded like she was about to fucking turn and snap on you. But that was just the way she communicated. She was very, very vocal, and that's how he is too. And he gives you that death stare. But the whole time he's doing it, his tail's
wagging like a motherfucker.
Yeah, so that's what he was doing to me. So I show up at the house, and he's fucking so happy to see me because I haven't seen him the whole time because of this COVID. So he's like coming up to me, but he's still trying to do his tough guy thing and not be like, "Oh, fuck you." And he's growling.
Like,
at
I really
me.
want hugs, but
Yeah.
I'm a really tough dog.
Yeah, he's like growling, and his tail is going like to the point where he can't even control his hips.
Yeah. Yes.
He's like, what an idiot.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a cool dog, but fucking bug-eyed little bastard.
It's a good dog.
Right.
He is.
He's a good dog, but he's
dumb. Remember, you know how you fake throw a toy to a dog?
Of course.
I fake threw a toy one time, and he looked up at the ceiling and stared at the fucking smoke detector and barked at it for 20 minutes.
Yes.
The idiot.
Like
he is.
You know how dogs you can hit them with the flashlight?
Yeah.
I don't know how true it is, but they said that's like a sign of intelligence if you can do the flashlight with your dog, and if your dog chases it, your dog's dumb as shit. Our Rottweiler, you would do it, and she would just look at the flashlight like, dude, I see it. Like I'm not doing that. Like, what do you think? What do you think? I'm an idiot? Like, yeah.
My fucking dogs at my parents' house, they fucking troll me a little bit. Like, they'll see me, like, they know that I'm there
like,
at their house for, like,
Ben's
an
a
hour.
noob gamer.
Like, an hour, and they're like, they'll go outside for a little bit, and they'll come in. The one barks, because I was...
Holy Christ, why would you do that?
That the soundboard just exploded.
You realize we have microphones and headphones on. What
the soundboard just exploded.
Like, because I wanted to teach
for anything.
I wanted to teach the yellow labs how to howl.
Screams into a mic. The purpose of, all right, real quick. The purpose of a microphone is to amplify what you're speaking. You don't need a fucking Tony Montana fucking cut somebody with a chainsaw in the tub. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Maybe we can edit that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and at least fucking reduce it because they're gonna be in their car driving and we're gonna have our first fucking death on our hands.
Right?
Fucking hell.
No, because I wanted to teach the.
We get it. Your
labs.
dog's bark. Fucking crack the stout.
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna tell a story. So,
We're hanging on the edge of our seats.
All right.
so anyhow,
I think the 13 and
Can we do it out the sound effects though?
have cut
well,
out.
Don't
they would leave
skid
along
row in
now.
the microphone.
So anyhow, I was trying to teach the two yellow labs to howl because I thought it would be really cool, but it translated into this like goofy, like fucking, like this, and like I'm like, oh my god! And the
So
one
your dog
dog,
sound like basset hounds.
kinda, yeah. They can mimic basset hounds, but
Ben, what kind of beer is this?
this
Stout.
is Imperial Stout.
Imperial
Oh, an
Stout
Imperial?
by Aslan.
Yeah,
Poured like a fucking.
Well, I
Hot dang.
I poured heavy.
The beer feels heavy right now.
Holy shit! Now, it didn't come out like motor oil like the last one.
What are you talking about? Look at the head on that thing.
Yeah, that's pretty
Holy
motor oil.
shit.
No, the
That
other one was
fucker.
like really.
Okay.
What are you still sitting on over there? Are you still sitting on your last stout?
No, that's the tired hands. He's like, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I'm camping out here, man.
He's a fucking hipster. What do you want?
I'm camping out.
Fucking guy over here.
Look at the hair on him. Jesus. Oh,
I'm glad you drove me.
what's that guy?
That's the moon shield.
That's the moon shield. He's fucking.
That's fucking. You should just.
That's
drink it.
that's a dope stout.
This
I
is called.
love
This
that.
is called As You Wish.
As You
Is that
Wish.
what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was an Aslan stout that they made for. I think it was.
Imperial
Breast-
Stout double.
I think it was for like breast
10%.
cancer or something like that. That when they sold the cans of it, or they did it with another collaboration or something.
It's a collaboration with Southern Geist Brewing Company out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
It is a 10% ABV stout imperial double. Has 1,261 check-ins. It averages a 4.15. It is an imperial stout conditioned on vanilla, chocolate, brownie mix, cookie dough, toasted coconut, and marshmallow.
No, cookie dough.
I said cookie dough.
I thought you said
Brownie mix, cookie dough, toasted coconut, and marshmallow.
Oh, you reversed them. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh,
Wow.
it's good.
Ooh.
I just realized this whole episode I've been tagging Jason on all these beers. Like, it should have been here. I didn't even realize I was doing it.
Like,
He's probably his phone's probably blowing up. Like, you fucking cocksuckers.
fucking hate this.
You fucking
All right, so
cocksuckers.
this initial smell is
That's good.
pure coffee to me.
Yeah,
And I don't think you're gonna like any of it.
it's not. It's definitely not a Tony beer.
Is this an unrated?
Probably.
It probably would be an
you know,
unrated.
Definitely not a junior beer.
Right. I don't taste any
Senior
coconut.
on you, man.
I don't catch.
I taste
don't
a
catch
little
coconut.
bit. I taste a little bit of the coconut.
You don't either. No.
I'm not really catching a coconut.
Here's one thing I'll say about that beer. It held its temperature. It still tastes it still tastes cold as hell, and it's our last beer of the night.
It's true.
Damn.
I don't know how many beers. 1, 2, 3,
13.
13 beers.
It tastes cold.
And we did
Jeepers.
tears. We did tears for it then too.
Yeah.
Or brackets.
Yeah, I'm not checking it in. It's a little too much coffee for me. I do get a little bit of that creamy marshmallow, but it's still not for me.
I'm so pissed because Equilibrium came out with
Dude, my stomach is fucked.
they came out with the Einstein's Delight, which was their was their orange like triple IPA, and they instead of doing what was it? Instead of the
one.
milk sugar or
No,
the
no,
lactose,
That's
Oh, is that mixture? Never mind.
yeah. So instead of like the lactose or whatever they
It's a
use,
cuvee.
no, instead of vanilla with it, they actually use
nice
marshmallows in the blend that they came out with today. And I'm like, oh,
I'm gonna be honest. The whole time you were going, I have no idea what you said. There was a whole other thing going on. There was a lot of
Equilibrium. Einstein's favorite is like an orange like vanilla like sponge cake,
Okay.
which is fucking ridiculous.
What's he fucking hoarding stouts order?
I'm like fucking Germany in 1942 with these
How
fucking
so?
beers.
You got 3 of them over there, dude.
Why
It's
are you-
like I'm taking everybody over here at this point.
Ben, I'm not. I can't drink that right now.
I am at a crossroads. That is really good beer.
You like it?
That's
That's really good.
really rich.
Yeah,
super rich.
Incredibly rich.
It's my first 2 sips were super heavy.
Wow,
And
that's
it's-
super rich. That's so rich.
I'm too far into the night to drink like a super heavy beer. I can't do it.
What do you think of the flavor profile and taste, though? Where do you score it?
Flavor profile. I don't taste marshmallow.
I think a lot of it dropped off to me.
I
I taste
I
more
catch-
coconut than anything.
I catch chocolate.
Yeah. I think the creaminess comes from the marshmallow.
Yeah,
Maybe that. Okay.
I can see that.
But like the sweet marshmallow, like you bite a
Yeah.
marshmallow. It's kind of crisp but sweet.
and you know,
I don't taste that.
This was a very. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm just thinking in my head.
what the really funny thing is like.
The other Aslan was way better. The
'Cause, like-
other Aslan was a banger. That's a beer
Yeah.
that
Oh, the Moon Shield.
yeah.
I can drink that all day.
So
all day,
just to kind
all
of
night.
speed this process up a little bit, I'm probably the only one who's not going to vote for it. It was good, but I think pretty much for the most part it's going to be Moon Shields going to the next bracket, right?
Right. Well, Moon
Yeah,
Shield.
this is our bracket. I think we kind
Yeah.
of like eliminated based off of.
2 people are going Moon Shield. I know that.
I gotta adjust my scores here. I gotta move Trillium up to like a 4.25 from a 4. I gotta move the Moon Shield up to a 4 from 3.75
Okay.
because I'm giving this one, the As You Wish, a 3.75. It's good, but Moon Shield is better.
Yeah,
Shield-
it's
And neither one of
yeah.
them are Trillium.
Right.
Right.
Because of the the mouth
that
feel.
that flavor
The
profile.
mouthfeel of Trillium.
So
just
Moon
puts it
Shield's
to
moving
the
on.
edge.
Moon Shield's moving on.
You know, and that's been a
Trillium's moving
No,
on.
I'm
for
saying
me.
out of this bracket, Moon Shield's moving on. Members only that we
you
got
got
to.
4 score in there too.
yeah. That's a big banger too.
That
is-
That's a good fucking beer.
Well, the only one I wouldn't vote for Moon Shield. I would go for the strawberry one, but I know that's not doesn't have a shot in hell. So it's between members only and Moon Shield.
Yeah, it's between members only. It's between the members only 4 score and Moon Shield for me, and it's a coin toss. I'm more inclined to go with 4 score.
Because it actually
Because
hit
when it
that
comes to-
profile
when it
100%. Like
it's
it
every
was
Well, no,
part
hold
of
on.
it.
Let me see if I'm reading you here because this is a little father son.
Here we go. The fucking
He's
mind
saying
reader.
that he'd rather go with the members only over the Moon Shield because if you have to go stout versus stout, PM Dawn beats Moon Shield where members only has a better competition to go for beer of the night.
You're on the right path. I'd rather not go
Stout versus stout.
stout versus stout.
That's
and
fair.
don't forget what I thought about
That's my
it,
vote.
what I thought about bracket wise, I thought we were doing baby cans, then the
That's what we were doing, but then we started-
then the stout.
Yeah, we started drinking-
We tiered the big cans off.
Yeah, right. But that's what I mean though. Like we had like a diverse group with the first
Well, here's the
floor
thing:
and then the
when
second
you do
floor.
a bracket of something, you don't put all your heavy
No,
hitters on one
I
side.
get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
You
You know what I
mix it.
mean? But I just thought that would have been fair, just comparing, just
Hey,
like
so-
its own separate category, you know what I mean? That's just me. But
Art,
Sometimes Duke and North Carolina are in the same bracket, and they're big
But that's
dogs.
what- that's what
They're
I mean.
big
I'm just-
dogs, man. They're big dogs.
You just
What,
shot
know?
that. You
Ben,
shot,
what do you think?
all right, real quick, just to appease Ben in his bracket here. Moon Shield versus PM Dawn. Your vote.
Oh, shit. PM Dawn's the Trillium?
Yes, PM Dawn's right here.
Trillium.
Trillium. PM Dawn versus Moon Shield. I'm looking at Spit, by the way.
I'm probably gonna get some shit on this, but I'm gonna go with the Moon Shield.
Moon Shield. Ben.
That's a fucking banger beer because of the
It's a-
huge alcohol content.
the gap is so neck and neck for me.
Minute.
It's
For me, I scored Moon Shield. Just putting it out there.
but I'm just saying though, like
right?
well,
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That's right.
secretly, folks, I want Tony to like stouts. That's why I get them.
It's never gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Secretly, Tony just scored a stout.
Yeah, I did.
So I mean,
This year I scored 2 stouts.
wow.
Shield is one
look
of them.
at you.
Moon Shield and
Look
Rotunda.
at you.
Wow.
Yeah, look at you, man.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead.
Because
Let's finish
seriously,
this, 'cause I want to
think.
have a little talk about Rotunda quick.
Well,
No, no,
all right, let me
stay-
do my rate.
yeah.
Let me do my
let's
rating.
do your rating.
I'm gonna definitely go Moon Shield. Just
So
because
Moon
it's
Shield-
the more solid. That's the more solid
So
profile
stout-
because you're
stout-
trying. You're tasting all the notes in a way.
Fuck
It
yeah,
doesn't.
you do.
It just. It's just a stellar beer. PM Dawn is its own little category. It's a weaker stout, but at the same time, it does have that
Well,
flavor.
wait, we're still on
overall.
the second tier. We're not comparing.
No, he's
anything
just
to
go-
Trillium.
I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying,
as of
like,
right
between
now,
the
for
ball-
the
like
three,
stout for stout.
the 3 stout drinkers,
Right.
Moon
Right.
Shield would be the best out of the night. That being said, my dad has voted. Pops has voted for members only pineapple upside down cake. I have voted for the strawberry.
Out of that
milkshakes.
tier?
Out of this tier.
Yeah.
So it comes down to you used to of what your beer is here. So if you are really that passionate about Moon Shield, then this is where you need to both put your vote there. If not, do you think the members only upside down cake beats it?
because they're two totally different beers. Obviously, you know what I mean. It's just.
I agree.
Yeah.
They really are, and it's really unfair. That's
This
the only
isn't a
reason.
sour. First of all, this doesn't
That's
taste like
that's
sour.
a dessert. That's really a dessert beer.
You can't
I was like,
you can't take them all home. You have to vote for one.
I know.
Tastes
I
like a
know,
pastry
I know.
beer, actually.
So what are you going, moonshine?
I think we coined the term
Probably.
sweet beer.
Yeah.
Sweet beer,
Yeah.
which I really like that.
This entire episode, realistically looking back on it,
It was super sweet.
is a dessert beer episode.
Yeah.
Without even
Just
without
a-
even
yeah.
trying. Without even
Pretty
trying.
much.
Maybe like with the exception of this, like the conscious craft
That was a manure beer.
that tasted like It tastes like
Oh, dear
wood bark.
Lord.
Listen,
Yeah.
vegans
And water.
Vegans, I don't like your food, and I don't like your vegan-friendly beers. That's just
Yeah.
pretty much what it
Well.
comes down to. For me, the two best beer, my favorite beer of the night is going to go to the Free Will, just because that's my style of beer.
That's a banger of a beer too.
But it's not even in the runnings anymore. But
no, it's
Yeah.
not.
It's really so tough.
all right, without stretching it out here any further, you can only tug it so many times before it lets loose. Let's go here.
Listen, the Death King, I thought was amazing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since
Volcan?
since Ben is dragging his feet here, out of this tier, what is your vote?
Out of this tier,
Yes. We don't go too far here. It's a
All
one.
right.
It's a
So
one
we
for
got
one.
three-
Oh, it's
we got
only one.
three-way
All right,
tie.
all right,
So
all right.
Ben is a tiebreaker.
Right, so my vote was the
I
Aslan.
should have fucking just let Ben do his process because now he's gonna drag his feet even fucking harder. He's like,
And you fucking know this,
I
and
know.
you do it for the entertainment value.
No, I really did it.
Cut the shit. Cut the shit. You know me by now. No, don't push that button.
I
Don't
don't
you
even know
dare.
what this button.
You
They're all ad
Don't you
reads.
dare. You know better.
Hey,
Tony.
hey everyone! Here's an ad read because Ben's gonna take forever.
Hi there, my name is Curtis Kowalski, and I am the
Oh my god, you fucking actually had it planned out too.
I didn't.
Wow.
I just, yeah, go ahead.
At least you didn't get whomped lately.
All right.
Look.
Ben, you're not picking your first bride. Let's fucking go here.
Yeah, listen.
Hey, I don't want to fucking hear it.
Hey Ben, I'm 3 brides
Ben,
deep, bro.
you know what?
whoa.
Go with As You Wish and create a 4-way tie.
He opened up a can of worms on that one.
This one was
Yeah.
barely even talked about.
the only
Yeah,
thing that
it was.
the only
barely
thing that
talked
can
about.
break the tie is a can of Pringles dill.
Yeah, Heidi already ate it.
Okay,
It's gone.
realistically, I'd have to go with the Moon Shield.
All right, Moon Shield is
Fine,
going
Moon
on.
Shield moves on. So now it's stout versus stout.
But if
Well,
it's
hold on.
but if it comes down to it,
You already said it. It's over.
I know. But I'm just saying though, like honorable mention.
oh no,
was
no,
definitely,
that's right.
We're 2 hours into this podcast. I don't have. This
We
is
could go 215.
no. All right, yeah, we're pushing that now. All right, so we have Death by King Cake versus Ace Pineapple versus PM Done by Trillium versus Moon Shield by Aslan. For me personally, if I had to vote between them, I would go Ace.
Interesting.
The cider.
Are we going with the
Out of
eliminate?
out of 2
We're
stouts.
obviously going with the elimination out of what we're doing currently.
So best
right?
out of 4, right?
whoever gets the most votes.
So oh wow.
I like it. It's a good beer.
I just want to point out real quick, because Ben's gonna fucking, like I said, drag his goddamn feet again. When we just did this whole bracket, and I said who would win, stout versus stout. You both said Moonsider, so realistically, Moonsider should be beer of the night.
Who said?
Shield.
Moon Shield, whatever. Sorry,
Fucking
I'm
I
reading
didn't say
cider.
that.
You didn't. So
No.
how this plays out is you go, I like PM Dawn, and he said I like Moon Shield, and then Ben should say Moon Shield wins because I've already just talked about this.
Right. Right. Agreed.
Are we all in
You know what?
agreement?
We're gonna do the time skip. Moonshield gets up because done.
Yeah,
What he
everything,
said.
everything I just said.
You know, yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm going with Trillium. I love that Trillium beer.
Wow. Big Tony doesn't even
love
get a
it.
vote.
It's a good beer.
It's
like
a
all
great
these,
beer.
it's.
Yeah,
I
it is.
love the whole fact of the if there's good beer on the table, you have to pick what it is.
Yeah,
I love that.
Moonshield is a great beer too. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of it.
It's a classic for the three of us, at least. Obviously,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's
Absolutely.
a classic. If we said from like the first in the teen episodes, we're like, wow, this is good.
I
and
would
then we
have
bring
been-
it back again, and we like it again.
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck?
With that many stouts on the table tonight, I would have been upset if a stout didn't win. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
For
you know,
real,
you're
yeah.
absolutely right.
But don't forget, we had
It's like the
Aslan
original
heavy
beer.
hitters. You know what I mean? We had some heavy hitting stouts. We've always had some heavy hitting stouts. You know, that was my whole intention. Like, even Bukkake Saigon. You know what I mean? Like, that was our highest. And then we may or may not be in a potential position where we may or may not have a 22%. Stout?
Holy balls.
I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying we may or may not have a.
Anyway, Ben, what do you have to plug?
What do I want to close
How about
Tony? Hey, Anthony, what do you have to plug?
How about, hey, Ben, what's your
What do you got going on, Dad?
Untapped?
What do I got going on?
Yeah.
I don't have anything going on. This
son of a bitch.
This coronavirus is just fucking killing
Everything.
It needs to stop.
Yeah.
You just want to go back to normal?
We need to go back to normal.
What about the people that say if we go back to normal, we can increase death rates?
Yeah.
You're not
You're
not
fucking
you're not going to
insane.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I can't sit there and say I'm a bleeding heart because I'm going to go hang out in a fucking house full of people and drink beer tomorrow.
I want to go to a bar and fucking drink.
Yeah,
Me too.
And it's not a selfish
Here's the
issue.
thing. Here's the thing. I'm not being selfish. Maybe I am
you're an
in
American.
your eyes, but
Well,
I'm also
it's
someone who
important to you.
suffers from suicidal ideology. So if a common cold takes me out, fuck it. It was my time. I want a goddamn beer.
Here's the way I look at it.
I've been wanting to die since I'm 12. So let's just get this process sped up a little bit.
You got
Man,
doctors.
you're fucking dark, dude. Man.
Holy fuck, man.
I'm kind of glad I'm your friend because I'm gonna watch your ass now.
Yeah, you're not helping.
You're gonna get fucking booted in the balls that you
Jesus.
fucking dick. Yeah.
You've got medical experts that cannot agree.
Real quick. Ben, I'm trying to go out on top. Like I'm men at work. You know what I mean? I'm trying to. Yeah. I've already hit my 2 singles. I'm out
You
of
better
here.
tattoo that.
Ben at work.
Going out on top, Ben at work with Colin
Ben
Hay
at
and like all
work.
the members of Men at Work.
When you're
on
lowering,
your chest.
when you're lowering my fucking ashes, not even into the ground, because don't.
Oh,
put
we're
me-
playing Who Can It Be
Yeah,
now?
who can it be now?
We're gonna play all the hits of Men at Work.
Yeah.
And we're
All
gonna
of
end
them.
it.
All two
All
of
of
them.
them.
All fucking 2 of them.
Yeah.
On repeat. On repeat, mind you.
I want you to go to a bar, go to the Touch Tunes.
Be
and
good, be good. Be good, be good, be good.
We fucking carried it on to the Bangin Beers episode.
my
It's
gosh.
fucking unreal.
Yeah, anyone that doesn't
I
know.
love it.
I'm sorry.
I love
Go
it.
ahead.
You might
No.
want to watch the interviews with everyday people
For this coronavirus,
Ben at Work episode.
You've got-
to get this last joke.
you got medical experts disagreeing with each other.
right.
It's like
Yet
if it's-
everyone's listening to the fucking government.
But look at it this way then too. Like it's a 50-50 cut, and it's like
It's not
I'm
even
not even
50-50.
50-50 cut, but like if you're looking at it in the public eyes, it's more of like a 50-50 cut, and it's just like
You know why? Because our whole public is designed to listen to a two-party system, so it's a 50-50 cut. Because
Yeah,
Which
but
is
it's not even
shit.
political.
I mean,
I'm not
It is
even
politi-
getting
it's
political as far
it's
as
political
party.
because most of the Republicans are like, fuck it, let's get back to normal because that's what the Republicans want, and the Democrats are like, we
People are going to get sick.
yeah. So it
People
really
are
comes down to
people are going to get sick from the flu.
Yeah, right.
The mortality rate on this COVID-19.
I'll get a little
is
quick
very
political.
small.
Here's the only thing that
Right.
cracks me up. Here's the only thing about this whole process that cracks me up. All right, Trump has been in office how long now?
3 years.
3 years.
It's gonna be
So
cracking 4.
he's been his big thing is you left me with empty cupboards. I've had nothing for 3 years. If I move into a house and I don't have a couch, and then in 4 years someone comes over and goes, "Why the fuck do you have a couch?" The guy who was here before me didn't have one. It's his fault. Like, you've been here this long. If you walked in and took a checklist of like, what do we do and don't have because now I'm in charge of the ship. All right, so I'm taking over the boat, right? I'm taking over. The last captain decided he's not stocking food. So I show up in the boat and I go, food, how do we stand? We have nothing? Nothing at all. That's what we're going with? All right, first on the list, we should probably get food. We don't have medical supplies? We should probably do medical supplies. You should take a checklist if you're taking over office, right? Is that crazy to think about?
No, you're right.
So like if we're here 3, like, so I'm like, okay, everyone get on the boat. We're going overseas. It's gonna take a couple months to get there. And then halfway across the ship, we're like, do we have food? No. Why not? The last captain didn't get it. Dickhead, before we fucking took off out of ship, you should have been like, we had no food. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
What specifically are you talking about?
he's saying because he couldn't supply medical hospitals and nurses and doctors with medical supplies and PPE. It was Obama's fault because he left them with empty cupboards.
personal protective equipment.
And he's been in charge for 3 fucking years now.
what people have to realize and what they don't realize is it's not the federal government's job to provide you with everything you need.
Right.
It's not.
Okay.
Okay.
But in case
So-
of a pandemic,
But
we'll
See,
go
here's
off
what-
on.
I have a
hang on,
whole
hang on,
tackle box.
Hang
but
on.
You go ahead,
Here's what
go ahead.
people vision when they say a stockpile of shit.
Yeah.
They envision
He's
somewhere. Hang on.
He's putting the visual image out of
They
empty
envision-
cupboards. I'm just putting
the
that
American
out there.
people envision a
It
stockpile
goes both ways.
of cases and cases and pallets of masks and PPE sitting in a fucking warehouse somewhere on the side of a mountain, like we do with oil reserves.
Yeah,
Right.
That's not the case.
I agree.
That is not the case.
But that's the image he's putting in
Federal
people's
government
minds.
isn't stockpiling masks and PPE.
Trump-
We're stockpiling barrels of oil.
Yes, Trump is a
Crude
Trump is a very visual speaker. So when
The best thing Trump can do is not fucking speak.
I know,
No, that's
but when
probably
he
true.
does speak, it goes 50-50. He's because the people who follow him like the way he speaks because he's a very visual speaker.
No,
when he
I'll
says
disagree with
when he
that.
says
Yeah,
when
I
he
would
says
too.
crooked Hillary or he says lazy this or he says this guy, you get a mindset of a thing kind of like a childhood bully. Like I'm going to make fun of the smelly kid. That's smelly Timmy. So everyone goes, ha ha ha, smelly Timmy. So like in his mind, he goes, you left me with empty cupboards. So people who follow him think there's a building somewhere that has shelves where PPE should be sitting, and it's all been empty.
Right. What I'm saying is that's not the case, and it never was the case.
Yeah.
Never was the case. Okay? My biggest problem with, and I hate to turn this into a political discussion.
Right.
Fuck it.
I
We're-
feel like we have a different.
We're 2.5
podcast
hours
going on.
in.
But
how do people
my
left
biggest,
already?
my biggest problem with, not, and I'm not going political party here.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with Trump,
As a Republican.
no.
I thought you were Republican.
No, I switched to independent.
As in
Oh,
general.
shit, look at you.
Just in general.
You were Republican.
Yeah, I
Right.
was.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with
I'm
Trump
independent as well, so
and Cuomo, because I live in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and Wolf, because I still
have an address
technically
here in,
have an address in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, right.
My biggest problem with the three of them
Do you,
is
think, do you think Wolf handled the situation good, though?
absolutely not.
No? At all?
No.
no. Fuck no.
No.
Shutting down for 2 weeks and keeping...
I don't
2
think.
weeks, but he didn't
I don't
shut down
think
for 2 weeks.
either Cuomo nor Wolf handled it properly.
We're 60 days in. It's not 2 weeks. We're 60 days in.
But acting as quick as he did and shutting it down.
But
Acting as quick? Maybe.
Maybe just staying too
the
long.
problem I have is okay. They act quickly,
We have
then
certain
ease it
liberties.
off. Okay, it's kind of like the fire service mentality. County, send me everything, and then say, okay, I don't need everything.
I don't need everything.
All right, I don't have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
But telling county you need everything, and then keeping everything there for 60 days or 2 months, knowing you don't
You
fucking
don't
need
fucking need
everything.
it.
That's what I have the problem.
All right,
with.
so real
Right.
quick,
The other problem
let me
I
do
have
Howard
is-
Stern real quick. So what he's saying is when you have a fire in your town and you dispatch to county and you say, or you dispatch...
Yeah.
There's no camera. I can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
You dispatch and you're like, hey, I need everything. This fire's fucking huge. And then they send you Pottsville, Hazleton, RIT teams from all over the
Everything.
place. And
Yeah.
then they all show up and they're like, oh, we could have just used Gerardville.
And then they're standing around fucking doing nothing.
Yeah. And you
So
wait,
you keep
and you
them
wasted,
there.
and
The
you,
other problem
and
I
you
have
wasted
there-
the gas and
Exactly.
volunteer time to sit there for 6 hours.
The other problem I have is you're the president of the United States. You're the most powerful man in the fucking world.
Got billions.
In the world. And you're sitting there having a verbal argument with fucking reporters every fucking day.
That's ridiculous.
You don't need to be there.
He loves it.
Our taxpayers,
I don't
our
think he does,
taxpayers'
actually.
dollars.
He fucking loves it.
He does. He absolutely loves it.
I think
His
the reporters
taxpayer
also
dollars,
love it.
They
our
do.
taxpayer dollars are paying for a White House press secretary to do that fucking job.
You're right.
Cuomo, Wolf, and Trump need to let their fucking press secretaries do their fucking
That's a
job.
goddamn great statement.
our public.
That's a great statement.
Here's
I
the-
agree.
Here's the problem. Our politicians are turning into reality TV stars.
I don't deny. I don't.
well, they
I don't
they
disagree
turned into
with
reality
that.
TV stars
I
3
don't
years
disagree
ago.
with
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Trump's biggest kick is doing a White House press briefing.
There's two things that this guy has done more
And
than every other
arguing with
president:
the
is
fucking
golf and fucking do press conferences.
Now that I've shit on him,
yeah,
prior to this pandemic, I got to admit, a lot of the stuff he was doing was going well.
Absolutely.
And
I don't know about you, Tony, but like my retirement fund was up fucking.
Your retirement just
holy
had fucking.
fuck, dude! I could have
retirement.
retired in 4 years.
Yeah.
And now I have to work till I'm 149 years old.
Now we're back to the Obama days.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. And
so to say that Trump didn't do shit, that's skewed. That's not quite right.
Yeah.
Here's one thing that I agree with
I will
Trump.
Go ahead.
The one thing I agree, and I'm not a political person at all, but one of the things that he went to his office, what a lot of people said that was like everything he said got scrutinized, and he did say some stuff that was kind of fucked up, and a thing that a lot of Trump supporters,
he's not an orator like
Obama a lot of Trump supporters do is they generalize people. And listen, it goes both sides, right? The right side does it, and the left side does it. So if one person who represents the right side says, "I fucking hate this," then they're like, every single person on the right side is this person, and people generalize everybody into a category. But Trump did say something that was very important. He said, "Listen, and it's not good for him to say it too, because he's the same business guy who will easily send his products overseas to get done cheaper because he makes more money." But one of the biggest things he said is we need to put more jobs in America, and we need to start making stuff here. We're relying on PPE and relying on medicine, and we're relying on a lot of things
offshore.
From other countries, and now we're in a
Big time.
national pandemic where we can't allow shipping to go back and forth, and we're fucked.
Yeah.
So if this COVID-19 has taught me anything as someone who's not a political person and think the right, I'm like Lewis Black when you say show me a Republican and Democrat, and one says I have a shitty idea and the other one says I could make it shittier. That's how I look at it.
Right.
So my thing is like now you need to have more factories. You need to have more things in our country making things that help our country sustain, so we're not relying on other people to make it for us. And that being said, but the problem is our country has also shown during this pandemic that we are a greedy fucking country. And the reason we are in the situation we are is because shit hit the fan, and we're so relying on other countries to make our shit that now now we're at a point where like, fuck, we can't get it here and we're screwed.
Wait, hold on. Like, so what situation are you talking about exactly?
Well, we couldn't get respirators here. We couldn't get
we
medicine.
have them. No, that's not true, though.
But I'm saying
like
they're
here.
There was a point in time where we were struggling to have things. But
they thought it might have been.
Yeah, but then American businesses, like, I'm not buying into fucking nonsense, like not nonsense, but I'm not buying into like Dunkin' Donuts commercials. But it got to the point where like hand sanitizer and masks were being made by people in their fucking kitchens because we didn't have them readily available.
So I'll give you that.
Yeah,
so, but like the major medical
breweries,
equipment, like ventilators,
to keep it a beer thing. Fucking Tattered Flag was like, you know what? We can't keep fucking hand sanitizer in shelves because it just can't get to our country quick enough. We'll make fucking hand sanitizer.
Because they're selling it now for $10.97.
Because people are scumbags.
We're not importing it.
Yeah.
Because
greed has taken over.
It's a law of supply and demand.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is going to drive your price.
Like, it's fucked up when hand sanitizer is more expensive than the price of gasoline.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's your reality right now.
And because corporate greed in our country is horrible.
Coming from the Republican side of me,
and that's capitalism too. But
that's
our country.
I hate it.
If you can
maybe there's a little bit of
manufacture it cheaper overseas to increase your bottom line as a business owner,
you have to.
That's what you're going to do.
You have to because you have shareholders.
Exactly.
That you're responsible
to. You got shareholders that you're responsible to. So I understand.
How much money do you need though?
You need to make shareholders happy.
Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the airline industry right now. How much money do you need? They had a ton of money. Now they don't. Yeah. They still have a ton of bills.
Do you think the people who are in charge of them are going to be living a paycheck to paycheck life?
No, they're set for life.
Exactly.
They're set for life.
Why?
But you got to understand, it's not one person owning the airline industry.
I understand that.
Owning American Airlines.
But you could own part of that.
Shares of that. Okay.
Yeah.
But what people don't realize is, they say, "Well, fuck the airline industry. Let them go out of business." So if the airline industry goes out of business, if the airline industry goes belly up, American Airlines, Delta, just say half of the airline
Southwest,
industries
whatever,
go belly up and go out of business, that affects the airline manufacturers, which you've got so many airlines, but you only have so many airline manufacturers.
How many cheeseburgers do you need?
No, wait. How many airline manufacturers do you have in this country? And who's buying them? Who's buying the air? Who's contracting with them?
Little goof.
Is the military.
Mm-hmm.
So if your airline manufacturers go out, if your airline industry goes belly up, your airline manufacturing industry goes belly up, which affects your military.
Yeah.
You can't build fucking planes for the military. You can't defend yourself. So that's why.
Do you think we're hurting for planes though in the military?
I think the military needs to remain superior.
Agreed, but do you think we're at a point where we're struggling?
I think actually technology is the answer.
I think
to
the
that.
technology is where it is. You can't continue to use, for example, the B-52 bomber.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's old technology. The stealth bomber is so much better. Do we have enough stealth
And then,
bombers?
like, beyond that, like
I don't
A-10s
know.
and A-12s. Yeah, it's more about the technology.
So that's where
I'm just
that's
saying-
where a lot of people don't realize
think-
the importance of keeping.
don't forget
businesses
the
open.
airline industry. You have Boeing, which not only makes commercial airlines, right, airplanes, but Boeing is a huge government contract.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Not only
airports
for,
aren't making money. Airports
not-
are losing money because people aren't traveling. But you think they're stopping production of making stuff?
like not only for
They're halting it.
I don't buy that.
They're halting it. If the airline,
American Eagle is still selling jeans like 100%, and they're fucking keeping their factories open. So you're telling me
people are
Boeing
buying
shut?
online.
Do you
People
think?
are
But do you
buying
think
online.
Boeing's shutting down their fucking factories for the military?
this is the cost of
I don't buy that.
technology. This is the cost of intelligence.
People aren't traveling, which I agree, and I think our airlines are suffering because they're not traveling to different countries, so people can go and do things. So I agree, there's a hit there, but that's not essential in right now for a pandemic. If we need to fucking control the spread of something, that's just part of the deal. But you have what I have an issue with is like with local government telling a mom and pop store who sells groceries, you can't be open.
But a cabinet
But
manufacturer
Walmart
can be.
Well, that's
and
right.
Walmart has made more money in this fucking pandemic than they did during their fucking peak seasons.
that's where I was going.
Yeah.
If you're going to turn around and say it's important that the airlines stay open and it's important that Boeing stays open because
We don't
the
need people
airlines-
flying around the country and traveling to other places right now.
At what point do you
Not if
say
there's a
there's
stay-at-home
always a
order.
reason? There's always a reason a business is essential. It may not. A certain business may not be essential to you, but it's essential to me. If I own that business, it's essential.
Yeah, sure.
You
There's
know?
a lot of people that think that way that are still out of work.
But here's another thing too, and I'm not trying to get close
wait,
to home.
a lot
But there's
of-
a lot of businesses who've been doing their business wrong, and now they're like playing catch up because they've been dealing their business wrong, and now they're fucking shut down. They're like, fuck. I already dug myself a hole. How do I get myself out of it when I don't have work? That's not the people's fault because the pandemic happened. That's your fault as a fucking owner because you fucking
Yeah, but-
didn't control your business
See,
right when you're going into it.
The myth is, if you're a business owner, you have a ton of money,
right.
and that's the
Always.
myth.
That's always.
If
the
I'm a
myth.
business owner, people think, "Oh, I'm rich. I have a ton
Agreed.
of money."
Tony, that's
Not
There's
necessarily.
people who see me in the street who think I don't work a fucking 40-hour week job because I make a weekly podcast. That's the truth.
like myself, my family. My family's funeral directors. They think we're rich, we're loaded, we're like Rockefellers. Like,
Yeah.
You guys are killing it with this pandemic.
yeah, right. Like, bring out your dead, bring out your dead. Right?
It's confirmed.
Fucking
That's
Black
why. That's
Plague,
why
the
you want.
doors, yeah.
Confirmed. That's why you want everything open again.
That's right. I'm like, yeah, come on.
Yeah, open it up.
Get infected.
Fucking
Listen,
kill them motherfuckers.
Listen, the
I don't
more
mind another $280 a fucking casket.
the
what
more
the fuck?
the
Like,
more you
yeah.
guys die,
But-
the more he can buy beer for our podcast. So
Right. Yeah. So just if
Trickle
everyone,
effect.
if everyone would kindly.
what am I getting outsourced here, Tony, or
yeah,
what?
listen, business
fucker, you.
business is booming, man.
You
But no, but
fucker,
like,
you.
and like that's a stigma that I've dealt with my whole life was like, oh my god, you're so rich. Like, oh fuck, we're not rich. Like, man, there's guys, you don't know. Like,
There's how many
don't
funeral
always
homes
die.
There's how many
Like,
funeral homes.
there's
how many
months
people
where-
that die.
That goddamn prick Jared is fucking running out of town.
Matty Jarrett.
Matty Jared's fucking.
Matty Jarrett.
No, the big myth
Matty
is if
Jarrett's
you own a
good guy,
business.
man. I love Matty.
You know what's
Jarrett.
crazy?
Yeah, Matty's
real
a cool
quick.
kid.
This is a weird conversation to get into, but it kind of
Fucking right.
it relates to our podcast. You know what I've learned though about like the funeral home business, like in our area, like between Pottsville and Monty City and Frackville and Ashland and Gerardville and Shenandoah, they're all. Every single person are all really good friends with each other in the funeral home business, and they all they work with each other.
You have to. Like,
Yeah,
for the most part.
It's like
you
a
have to.
fraternity. Like
Yeah, for the most
you
part.
deal with dead people. We're fucking weirdos together. Let's do this.
But there are some competitive natures to it.
There are.
There are, but
There are. Tony, you know it.
it's
you
competitive.
know it.
It's competitive,
Yeah.
but it's like kind of friendly. Like
For the most
Also,
part,
for the most part.
yeah,
it's
maybe just
it's almost
you know.
like fire departments.
Yeah.
We all
right.
get along.
We all get along.
For the most part.
But
so like if someone died between here and Monty City,
do not send me X, Y, or Z. Yeah.
So if like if
I'm
someone
telling you. Hold on. Let's go
Stipulations.
on Tony's
The fucking
analogy there.
stipulations here.
I got blown up. I got blown up last week because I sent a fire company to a call that was they thought they shouldn't have been sent to. However, it was out of our county, and the requesting county just said, "Send me the closest fucking unit." And I'm like, okay, I'll send you the closest fucking unit. And that fire chief called in and was like, "Why the fuck am I dealing with these people?"
which
You asked for the
which-
closest fucking unit.
which pisses me off because at the end of the day, you're there to fucking help people.
Right. Well, yeah, right.
That's dude.
Yeah.
Growing up as someone who should have been a third generation firefighter, there's
Yeah.
a reason I don't strap an air pack on. It's shit like that.
it's
Right.
Like
it would be easy.
like growing up in a fire department. And we talked about this in his podcast. Growing up in a fire department and someone who is very. I don't want to say I'm very bleeding heart, but very like pro people, or like always see the best in people, or always like you should help people no matter what. Like, even if they do you wrong, help them. Like that's just my mentality. Like I grew up in a fire department where people were like, "Oh, the fire department down the street, fuck them, we're the best." Like
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the and
Yeah.
you're
think-
fighting over a hydrant, and you're fighting over who's
And that's good because like that kind of like in a healthy, if it's healthy.
It wasn't
Yeah.
though. It's
Right,
not.
right.
It's
I know.
not.
It's like,
but then,
listen. I don't want to see. I don't want to city fire. I don't Shenandoah fire big time.
But the
Like,
problem
don't get me wrong.
is someone,
You know, and it's
someone who
definitely not. But,
someone who grew up in a fire department where then my house was a problem of a fire, and then in the back of my mind I'm like, are they legit trying to help me, or are they fucking competing for the fucking spot in front of the house with the newspapers there?
You give me Steve and about 3 other guys that I can name off the top of my head, and put us here on the table, and we can have a podcast, and we will solve the problem.
We should do it. We should
of the
do it.
fire
We should do
service
it.
Yeah.
in about 3 fucking episodes.
We should do it. I'm down. We should do it. You know, when I did your,
I think
there's
that would be
older
actually-
there's older podcasts that I would love to have back now that I have better microphones and better audio equipment. 100%.
I think that would be a great interviews with everyday people. Fucking
Like the fire
Round table.
school
Like a
county,
round
I
table.
think
Like-
school county fire service episode.
yeah.
You know what I find amazing?
I would
And
love to just get.
We've gone from
Freaking-
drinking beer to talking politics to talking
A
fire service.
Yeah.
I
What
want to
I
get.
find
I want to get.
amazing
Here's what I
is-
want to do. Here's what I want to do. I want to get a podcast going, and I just want to do it like just one town, Monty City, and I want every chief of the company to sit around.
It's not going to happen.
It was
That will
fucking
not
and,
happen.
and I want to
not
meet it
gonna
and be
fucking
like,
happen.
and I
Not
just-
gonna
I want to be like, you cocksuckers, just fucking put the fire out.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck whose truck
Not
is
gonna
red
happen.
and
Yeah, no,
green?
No, I will say this. I will say this.
You know, I'm gonna say
For
say
the-
something
shots
right
fired.
now.
You hit it right there.
Yeah.
You hit it on that.
For the
you hit
most
it.
part, and I'll lump it all together as Schuylkill County.
Okay.
We have come a long way in that respect.
We have.
We put the fire out, then we argue.
Yeah,
Okay,
Right.
100%.
We put the fire out, then we don't like each other. But you know, it's funny because you leave. I've had the opportunity to leave Schuylkill County,
Right.
both in work and see other parts of Pennsylvania,
This fucking savage.
and now New York.
No alcohol, sparkling.
And
I was
the
gonna
only
say,
thing that's
I'm good.
fucking changed is
No,
the
it's
name
go
of
ahead,
the
try it.
stores.
There's coconut on. I'm good.
Right.
It really,
Oh, really?
the
Coconut.
only thing that's name has changed. Now New York's a little bit different. because in a lot of places they're fire districts, which are taxing entities. So that's where the income is coming in from a tax structure, where the fire department doesn't have to worry about selling bellinis and shit like that. But everybody's hurting for members.
Right.
Everybody doesn't like each other. This one doesn't like that one, and I have clients. I'm for those who don't know, I sell insurance to fire companies, and the insurance company I work for.
You're still with Visas?
No, competitor ESIP.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
So we insure fire companies, and I've got clients in New York that the fire chief in ABC Fire Company was told, you are not welcome. You are not allowed to respond with your fire department if we call for your assistance. And if you can't honor that, we're not calling you.
Wow.
And the municipality turned around and said, this is what we want. This is what we want, because the fire chief had burned so many bridges and screwed things up so many times that many of the neighboring departments have just simply turned around and said, we're not going to call you because he's the fire chief.
I think that there's one fire company within the Schuylkill, we'll say Schuylkill Dispatch, that has earned that right.
Yeah.
Did you ever make a snowball in May?
That used to be.
Really?
It's fucking snowing out.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, I just made a snowball on the back porch and threw it.
What in the world? This is crazy.
Insane. And I always say
Get that
this,
hot tub going.
for as much as
It's on, buddy. It's ready to roll.
for as much as not just so much Schuylkill County, but Pennsylvania Fire Service can do so much better.
We were the first volunteer fire service in America.
Yeah, we were.
Pennsylvania?
The problem, yeah.
Well, in America.
I know that.
Ben Franklin started the first volunteer fire company outside of Philadelphia.
I didn't know that. I'm an idiot.
But the problem
Franklin.
with the Pennsylvania Fire Service is we are sometimes our own worst enemy.
We are.
Real quick, do you know
absolutely
the
are.
theory that
Absolutely our
Ben
worst
Franklin
enemy.
was a serial killer? I guess where he lived in Philadelphia, they dug up the basement and found a whole bunch of bodies, and then they're like, well, where do these bodies come from? And they're like, well, he also worked on like cadavers and stuff, and like was like into like medical.
Yeah, man was in everything.
Yeah, so he probably got bodies from
That
people
guy
and
was a
just
fucking
might have failed him.
taskmaster or a jack of all trades. Taskmaster
No,
being like
we talk
ahead,
about
I'm sorry,
we
go
talk
ahead.
about we talk about calling in a fire company for assistance and or you don't call a fire company in for your assistance and they bitch and moan and ask why, and then they don't like each other. It's because of the quality of member firefighter you're bringing to the table.
That's exactly right.
And they you can talk all you want about buddy boxes, and Steve knows exactly what I'm talking about. The buddy boxes where this chief says, I want this fire company, I'm going to bypass these
Who
three
may not
fire
necessarily
companies.
be the closest,
They're not the closest.
but maybe they're the most trained.
Exactly. And that's where, people bitch and moan because I'm not on his buddy box for whatever reason. If we had a statewide minimum training standard,
I think
we wouldn't have that problem per se. Now, you're still going to have a certain percentage of book smart people versus street smart people, but everybody's trained to this minimum standard.
Right, and you get that in Metro fire service as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're right, and that's where Pennsylvania needs to go, because we have such a huge number of
But you know who's
volunteers.
fighting it? The biggest group of people fighting minimum training standards?
Volunteer
The volunteers
The
themselves.
fire service.
Yeah.
The fire service.
Because another thing too is a lot of
Don't
guys.
forget, you're getting state grants. You're getting $15,000 every
Well,
year.
you have a guy real quick. You have a guy who has been fighting fires since he's fucking 17 years old. Who's now the I'm not gonna say his name, but I'll just say from our fire department. There's a guy who was one of our town's biggest fucking athletes. Became a firefighter. He's been doing it since he's a fucking 17 years, like younger. And then the minimum training hit, and he never even had essentials. But he's been doing it as long as he's been doing it. He knows it better than anyone on the fucking planet. And now he can't go and save someone's life because he falls in a jurisdiction where he doesn't have minimum training. So it's like. You can't have his service on the site because he can't even run the pump on the truck, or he can't do anything because he doesn't minimum service. But he is the one who's taught everyone else how to do it.
It doesn't take that much to come through that training.
That training class is long as fuck.
I will say this. Essentials is too fucking long.
I would never be able to take
200
that.
plus hours.
I would never be able to take that class because I can't get out of work long enough to fucking go do it.
West Virginia, before you set foot on a fire truck and respond, you spend 120 hours. 120 hours.
Why can't they just take that essentials training and add it? Like, because here's the thing: most firefighters, just from my experience of Schuylkill County, and I know this is way off basis, so if you're stuck around this long, I'm sorry, but
we can edit.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah,
staying.
we can totally
it's staying because I think it's a good conversation. But here's my thing: like, if most fire departments in Schuylkill County is like a hangout spot, especially when it comes to younger kids. Now, it is easier for a younger kid to go take their essentials because they have time because they don't have to worry about bills and jobs and stuff.
Right.
But even the guys who hang out there a lot. You do have some guys who go to hang out at the firehouse because there's some beer on tap, but there also is some guys who actually want to be firefighters. Why can't you get your training and essentials done while you are? Because there is departments, not saying all departments, but there is some departments by town that say, hey, next Sunday, if you're part of us, you need to be here. We're going up to the training camp, and we're going to fucking work on hoses. We're going to work on tapping. We're going to work on this.
In a word,
why can't that go towards essentials, and why can't it be done in-house?
In a word, money.
Yeah.
In a word,
you're
money.
absolutely right.
But you're at an alarming rate right now where you're losing volunteer firefighters because people don't have the time to take your class. So do you want to lose money or do you want to lose the opportunity to save someone's life or house?
Let me put it in perspective.
You've got to, in order to teach, you've got to meet a minimum requirement to be able to teach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I don't have a problem with that. And I don't have a problem with essentials being broken down into 4 modules, and you can do this and you do one module, second module, third module, fourth module is basically a live burn.
Yeah.
The problem I have is it's money driven, and if it wasn't so money driven, half of essentials could be put online, and you can do the course online,
and then just show up for your burn.
Module 1. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah.
Module 1. 95% of Module 1 could be done online.
Absolutely.
A lot of it's just the history of fire.
Yeah. Then you go into Module 2.
Which is
and I'm guessing the first half of Module 2 is essentially a recap of Module 1
and teaches terminology
with some more book knowledge that you can fucking do online.
And 3 and 4 is when you're putting gear on.
3 and 4 is when you start getting into the practical
like
shit.
on the job.
So
on the
now
job
you've taken
training.
200 hours,
Right.
and you've reduced where you have to go with a group of firefighters to do practical training down to about 105 hours. The other half of it can be done online at your pace.
So here's the thing too. When I was going to do my essentials and my training.
So why can't we do that? Now the tax on the volunteer to get the training is less severe.
Yeah.
Because if it takes that guy 6 months to do the online training, it takes him 6 months.
Right.
He doesn't have to kiss somebody's ass to switch jobs and
Switch
can you work
shifts
my
and-
shift for me because I got to
Right.
do fire
At
training.
what age do you have to start your essentials? You have to be 18?
18.
You can
You have to be 18.
You can be 16 or 17
To do
You
Module
can't-
1 and 2.
Okay, I was
yeah.
gonna say why can't that be something that they push in high school too? Like, hey, by the way, you know,
They do.
if
They
you don't want to
actually
take shop
have. They
class, you
have
can
started.
Yeah.
It's
They have
started.
started that. But it doesn't matter. You still can't go on to Module 3 or 4 until you're 18.
which I agree with.
Right. I totally agree with that too.
Yeah,
It takes
I mean,
a certain
but here's
maturity.
the thing. Here's the thing that I want to say quick too.
If I can get a license to sell insurance online, and not so much online. In Pennsylvania, you've got to go to classes and then take a test.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to maintain my license, I have to have so many classroom credits every 2 years. I've got to attain so many credits of continuing education every year, every 2 years, to maintain my license.
Yeah.
If I can do those classes online to sell you fucking insurance,
Yeah.
why can't the volunteer firefighter do their training online and get
So-
those credits that they need?
Now I know this
it's
is
just fucking crazy.
I know
So-
this is a double-edged sword because I know there's going to be spots where they say the reason we make you go to a school and the reason we make you do this is because your chief at your station can just sign you off and say you've done the hours,
which is also true.
Which is true, but on the same token, is I know when I went to Essentials and I went to do my class, I was comfortable with my class because the guy teaching my class was also a very predominant member of my company. And I'll say it was a Fowler.
I had the same.
So I respected him as my teacher.
Yes.
On the same token, as I was taking classes with people and I was putting gear on, and I was this is also a double-edged sword too, where I was taking my class and I was not with one person who I'm going to legit be fighting a fire with from my department. I was working with people from Ringtown and Minersville and all these different places, which is good because it builds camaraderie between towns. But on the same token, is I would be more comfortable learning how to put a gear on.
So in other words, say like you would rather go local first, then
not even local. I would even chop it down to this. A company. If I'm putting gear on and I'm going to rely on you to have my back in a fire, I would want that training with you in a burn building from the start.
Well, here's the
That's
problem.
That's what I was trying to drive at him too.
And here's what the fire academy tried to do when they put academy on the road. Mm-hmm. You can bring those classes to your firehouse.
Right.
You got to have a minimum number of people there.
15. It's 15.
You know, because the instructor's getting paid through a community college.
Yeah.
So the community college is turning around and saying, all right, we'll pay you, we'll cover your workers' comp, we'll do this, we'll do that. But we want a minimum number of people in that class.
Yeah.
And if you can't put those number of people in that class, we're not going to run the class.
Which
just imagine.
Which is a shame because if
new people,
if 3 people could save a fucking house, then why don't you know what I mean? Like I just look at quality over quantity.
Well, it's
and it's money. It's money again.
It's
I'm not going to
getting the biggest dollar for your, because what's going to happen is you talk about building camaraderie.
Yeah.
Frackville is going to run a class, and they have 5 people.
Right.
Monty City's going to run a class for 4 people. Chenal is going to run a class for 3 people.
Put them all together.
You can run one class for 12 people.
I'm cool with that.
And essentially we're all
it's cost effective.
And I don't when it comes to a structure fire, we are all on our own alarm cards. Like
and on board with each other then too.
Yeah.
Right.
But here's one of the things too is when you were part of let's say your first company.
Oh boy.
I remember being a kid and going with you to a class where you guys had this fucking building, like a concrete stone building in the middle of the fucking woods, and you would fucking light it on fire and you would go teach kids how to fucking do it. That wasn't at a school.
That's probably like during the basement fire days, I bet.
Yeah, that was the self-training.
Yeah.
That was a self-training.
But I remember being there and there was like fucking 20, 30 people there. Mm-hmm. And that was just one department. That wasn't even like another department joined in.
So, that's where the disconnect comes, because you've got a group of people that are all trained in-house and are probably trained no less than the next generation, and I'll use you as an example, Steve.
Sure.
The next generation that is trained at the fire school.
Yeah. We
both have the same training, and it's equivalent training. There's really no different to it. He's got a piece of paper saying he took the training. I don't.
And that's where I'm saying
but
our
really,
one member of our company didn't have that piece of paper. But
in order, we both now want to go take an officer's class,
right?
So we can become
a
lieutenant or a captain or a chief.
Yeah.
Now they're saying, Steve, you meet the prerequisites because you got this piece of paper saying you've had this training.
But Tony doesn't.
Tony, you've got to go get the training because you don't have a piece of paper saying you're sat in a classroom.
Which is fucking bullshit.
Which is. It is.
And you taught him how to do it.
Right.
But again, in order to, when you talk about minimum training requirements, and I don't want to downplay the importance of in-house training.
Everything has a double-edged sword to it.
But when you're talking about minimum training standards, you've got to be able to quantify the training you've had in order to quantify the minimum training standard you meet.
I mean, let's be honest. You could go into the burn building 150 times and honestly not know how to find fire.
Yeah.
And not know how to actually put it out. I remember the first time I went into a basement fire, and I couldn't see a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
when you're in the burn building, you see everything.
It's all sunlight.
Well, you can see. It's just not. It's not the same. And really, you have to rely on
I get
your senses.
Yep.
The only part of that school class, I'm being honest, the only part of that school class where I feel like it would be scary as fuck if they filled it with smoke is the stairwell. But I mean, up and down.
No way, man. I'll tell you. You go into a basement and you know that it's burning from the bottom up, that there's a possibility that it's going to collapse the structure on top of you because of the heat index and the heat load
in the building
right
construction.
And you're in a basement that's, let's just say it's semi-finished, so you have partitions, right? You go down the basement stairs, right? Like let's just take a typical half a double house, right? You go down the basement stairs, okay? Generally it's opened up, but if you partition it off, boom, next thing you know, you bang your head into a wall. You're like, what in the fuck?
Yeah.
So then you're like, okay, what hand should I use to start searching, like, for a fire, right? All right, I'm going to go right hand, right? And you start going off with a right hand search, and the next thing you know, you start cupping a wall, and you're like, okay, well, now this room is now ultimately bigger than I thought it was. Right, you go from a 10 by 10 room to,
Hey everyone, quick thing. At the end there, we were talking about the fire services, and I had the laptop closed, so we lost power to the mixer. It wasn't going off power; it was going off USB. So I just want to let you guys know that it went a little long. I apologize at the end there, but thank you for the support. We'll see you next week. This is Bangin Beers Podcast. Tony, we're out. Woo.